Yo, it's your boy Ringo TV Reaction. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. Let's go live on the Ringo TV Raw channel. Salute to everybody on the Ringo TV Raw channel. We are live on 2 platforms right now. So make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Click that like button one time. So what exactly are we talking about? Okay, let's get into this thing, fam. We're talking about the topic of how to escape. How to escape the matrix of religion. The matrix of religion. And also put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Need to make sure everything is good, that everything is right. I got to talk about this particular topic because a lot of you out there are suffering. You're suffering from the matrix of religion. What I realize is that each of us are in different dimensions of religion in the matrix. And unfortunately, you've been lied to. That's right. You've all been lied to. And I got to reveal the truth. And it's going to mess up your mind when I tell you this. A lot of us, and when I say us, I'm talking about so-called black folk, right? We love doom, gloom, fear. We feed off of this. It's like, why is it that everything with our people, when it comes from religion, it's always fear-based? The devil's busy. The devil's after you. Demons are coming. We got to get ready. While you're doing all of that, the other nations are living their life. A lot of you are caught up in politics. You're worried about Biden. You're worried about Trump. But you're not even focused on your own life. You're caught up in the matrix of religion. You're caught up in the bondage of religion. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to mess y'all up. You ready? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. Because I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready. For a long time, you probably heard this on my channel. You probably heard this on various other channels. In the Christian community, in the Israelite community, you've all heard that as so-called black folk, we are under the curses. Have you heard that? Put a 1 if you heard that. You've been lied to. You've been lied to. Anytime religious folk are telling you that you're under some sort of curse, you're suffering from the curses, it's a lie. It's a lie. Because if we're all suffering from some sort of curses, right? then there's nothing you can do. Use your brain for a second. Think. Step outside the box. If you, as a so-called people, are under some sort of curses, right? And it was placed on you by the Most High, and you believe that, then there is nothing you could do to make things better. Last time I checked, there's a blessing and then there's a curse. Those that follow the Most High, the Bible says, will be blessed. Those that don't will be cursed. So how could we all be under the curses? See, if you claim this curse, then you're going to have it. If you walk around with this mindset that you're cursed because you are the chosen people or whatever you classify yourself as, right? If you believe that, then you're going to have exactly what you say. See, I'm not cursed. I'm blessed. I don't know if you figured it out yet, but I'm blessed. There's nothing cursed about me. Now, if you believe you're cursed, then that's on you. You could believe that. I'm not going to stop you from believing that you're cursed. I'm just here to give you the truth. The truth is you've been lied to. And this comes from the matrix of religion. See, when it comes to our people, right? We love hearing doom, destruction, gloom, fear, the devil is coming. Everybody's against me. I'm under attack. No, you're delusional. You're crazy. If you wake up every morning thinking about everybody's trying to get you, you're crazy. You're paranoid. Something's wrong with you. If you're being bombarded with messages of fear, what's coming, the end, we're all doomed, there's no escape, you're not going to be able to live your life, man. I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to live your life if you're constantly being fed doom, gloom, fear, misery, pain. The devil is busy. Everybody's coming against me. Who got time for that kind of stress? When I get up in the morning, I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not worried about no devil. I'm not worried about no damn demon. I'm not worrying about none of this nonsense. I don't care about what's going on in politics. I don't care about what some damn president is doing. I don't care about none of that stuff because I got to live my life. And see, when you're caught up in the matrix of religion, religion is what's keeping you back. The way religion is able to profit off of you is it got to make you depend on it to help you get through your preconceived problems. In other words, if religion can convince you that the devil is after you, if religion can convince you that doom and gloom is on its way, then religion can now convince you that you need it to help you get through. And that's how religion is able to profit off of people that are not intellectually smart to understand that you're literally being played. See, back in the day when I was in the Christian church, we're talking about way back in 95. Back in 95, all the way up to about somewhere around 2000, 2005, somewhere around there. Because once I got into YouTube in 2006, that's when I started to expose Christianity and so forth. But I can recall when I was in the Christian church, I was bombarded with nothing but fear, nothing but doom, nothing but gloom. The devil's busy. The devil's after me. The end times. I got to get ready because the economy's going to collapse and the dollar's going to fall and all this stupid stuff. And year after year after year, I'm here living in fear. I'm not living my life. I stopped being productive. I stopped doing the things I enjoyed. And I just kept up with religion, kept listening to all the preachers, all the false prophets, all of the testimonies from heretics and people that are just pimping the people. But I grew to be dependent upon these wolves in sheep's clothing, similar to how some of you are dependent on going and buy your local newspaper because you want to see what your horoscope says. And for the most part, a lot of you're doing exactly what the Bible says, where it says that you will gather many teachers to foster the errors you hold. So what I've done is I would listen to false prophets, assuming that they were good. I didn't know that they were false prophets back then. I thought they were good guys, but they weren't. They were wolves. And the way they had control over my mind is through religion. Through religion, they were able to infiltrate my thoughts with fear. They would tell me that the rapture is gonna come. So you gotta get ready because Jesus is gonna break through the clouds and he's gonna take only those people that were good. So you would live in constant fear of the rapture. Every day you're expecting that today's the day. You hear lightning and thunder. You think today's must be the day. So you're no longer living your life. You're no longer going out and having fun and taking a walk, riding a bike, focusing on your talents. You're not doing none of that. Instead, you're living in fear. Preachers would tell you the economy is going to crash. False prophets would tell you, you know, you got to stock up on water. You got to buy gold and silver. You got to do all these different things. So now you're doing all of this stuff out of fear. You claim you're with God. You claim you're in prayer. But you're doing all of the things you do out of fear. Out of the fact that someone told you. If they would have never told you, you wouldn't even know. And this is the power of suggestion. If I could get you to believe a lie, I can profit off of you. If I could get you to believe a lie, I can profit off of you. If I can convince you that next year the economy is going to fall, and I could keep preaching that to you over and over, I'll have all of you under my control. That's the gospel of the matrix of religion. That's how it works. They feed you lies. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if there's a thunderstorm that's coming, right? And the weatherman says there's going to be a thunderstorm next week, and it's in the weather forecast, there is nothing you can do. It's going to come through. Doesn't matter how much food you store. It doesn't matter what you do or say. That storm is coming. So you're just going to have to go through it. My point is this. If the economy is falling, there is nothing you can do. No amount of preparation will save you. Do you understand that? That's what doom and gloom does. Doom and gloom make you believe that you can somehow prepare for the unknown. Could any of you prepare for death? How many of you can prepare for death? If the Most High came down in a burning bush and said, tomorrow you're going to die, can you prepare for that? How do you prepare for that? There's so many things to do. How do you prepare for that? So you're going to be in fear. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to be stressed. And that is what religion does for you. Religion keeps you stressed. Religion keeps you worrying about things you have no control over. See, we're going to all die. Well, you know this already. You have this knowledge. You're going to die one day. So we all know that there is a day and a time in which we're no longer going to be here. I don't got no control over that. I cannot stop that. When something is inevitable, there's nothing you can do. Do you understand? There's nothing you could do. So between now and then, I still got to live my life. Even though it is known that death is going to visit us all one day, we still got to live our life. We still got things that we got to do. But I'm not going to live in fear of, oh, you know, we're all going to die. Maybe I'm going to die tomorrow. I don't really care. I don't have no control over that. So I got to live my life right now. And for most of you, you're not living your life. You're not. You're constantly worrying about tomorrow. You're constantly worrying about what's going to happen next week. Some of you watch videos over and over. You're going to lose your job. Oh, what are you going to do? You don't got no money. Oh, and you sitting there worrying all day. Now, those influences have power over you. Now they can control you. I got the solution. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. And I can guarantee you somewhere in that solution is they need your money. Hello? In every solution from the matrix of religion, I need your money. They're selling you doom and gloom, but they need your money. How? If we're going to all go through this struggle, if we're going to all suffer, if the economy is falling, how you still need my money when everything ain't going to be there to spend it because you got played? That's the matrix of religion. I'm trying to show you how to escape this. You got to live your life. Now, going back to what I said earlier, you've heard many Christians say that the people of God or usins are under the curses of Deuteronomy. That's a lie. That's a lie. You hear this in the Israelite community. They'll tell you that we're under the curses, we're suffering the curses. These are lies. These are all lies. You know why? Because they never talk about the blessing. They never talk about the blessing. Haven't you noticed that? The Bible says if you obey my commandments, you'll be blessed in the city, blessed in the field. So how is it that all of these Christians, all of these Israelites claim they're keeping the commandments, but yet they're still under the curses? You've been lied to. You've been scammed. That's what happened. They love to say you're under the curses because they know you can relate to that. They know you're more likely to relate to it because, for the most part, a lot of our people are in poverty. So saying you're under the curses is very fitting to keep you confused. But what you don't understand is that being blessed is not just about materials. You could be a person who is homeless and still blessed. You could be a person who is very prosperous in your health, but you just don't got no money. You're still blessed. But our people love to associate curses with us as a way to capitalize on our emotions, to sell us a gimmick, to keep us dumbed down and docile. Now explain this to me, right? How is it that black people, right, is supposed to be under the curses of Deuteronomy, yet you have a lot of black folk that live in very, very upscale communities? They're not living from paycheck to paycheck. They're literally around other ethnic groups. But you're telling me that these people are cursed with the curses of Deuteronomy. No, you're lying. You're manipulating people due to the ignorance they have. The only people that are under the curses are the people who don't follow the Most High. So if we're all supposed to be biblical people, whether you be Christian, whether you be an Israelite, if you know you're keeping the commandments and doing what you're supposed to do, how are you under any curses? That don't make no sense. You must be lying to yourself. Bible says if you follow the commandments, you'll be blessed in the city, blessed in the field. It says if you don't, you'll be cursed in the city, cursed in the field. So how are we all under the curses of Deuteronomy? And why is it that every so-called Israelite are always promoting these curses and they never promote the blessing? Because they want to control you. There's power in controlling you. There's power in making you feel like you are lacking something. See, we have a lot of self-appointed leaders that put themselves in positions to lord over people. If they can have the influence of making you believe that you're cursed and they got the solution, they control you. They control you because they'll control when you come in, when you go out. They'll control your money. They'll control where you live. They'll control how you think. And before you know it, you're not even enjoying your life, because in order to control you, they have to use fear. Fear is the number one method of controlling people. If you want to control a community of people, you must use fear. You must use doom and gloom. You must talk about coming destruction. In other words, doesn't matter how you living right now, doesn't matter what's going on in your life right now, it's going to get bad. It's definitely going to get bad. So you need me. That's what the matrix of religion does. It will make you believe that something is coming from the unknown, but you got to get ready for it now, because if you don't, you're in trouble. So now you're living in fear. You get up in the morning, you're worried. You go to your job, you're thinking about they're gonna fire me. Why? Because you heard somebody tell you they're gonna do that to you. They're gonna fire you this week. So now you're living in constant fear, constant worry. Your friends are like, hey, we're gonna hang out this weekend. You wanna go? Nah, I don't wanna go. You know what I'm saying? I got some things to do in the house. You're full of anxiety, depression. Why? Because of fear. Fear will eat at your energy. Fear is the faith of the devil. Fear is the faith of the devil. Fear is inverted faith. Fear is having a belief in something negative coming to pass. The Most High can have promises in the scriptures of good things he wants for you. But rather than focusing on that, you have more confidence in the economy falling. And you really think you have the solution. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw what recently happened at P. Diddy Dow's camp, right? With all the talk of being prepared, with all the talk of military training, with all the talk of how many guns they own, it did not stop law enforcement from raiding their cult. All that preparation, all that land, all the acres, they were powerless. That's exactly how you are when you're under the spell of the matrix of religion. That's why it's called gospel. Gospel. Because you're under a spell. Now, you've been taught the word gospel mean good news, but when you really think about it, gossip, gospel, what you're hearing are lies. Bochinche, gossip, gossip. You sip on wine, you get drunk. When you're under a spell, someone control you. They cast a spell on you. But how did they? They use words. Gossip, words, spell. So they use words to place you under a spell. So when they say you're under a curse, they're the ones putting the curse on you. And that's why you're under the control of that gospel, of the matrix. In every state, each of you are living in your own personal prison that religion placed you in. Because you refuse to think outside the box and think for yourself. See, I understand more than ever that our people are not under any curse. No, we're not. It makes no sense. You're following the Most High. You're supposed to be the chosen people, but you're under a curse, but the Most High trying to make you blessed. I mean, that makes no sense. If you are following the Most High to the best of your abilities, if you are keeping his commandments to the best of your abilities, if you are not associated with darkness to the best of your abilities, how could you tell me that you're cursed? And a lot of times we're sitting around waiting for God to do everything for us. The Most High not doing nothing, y'all. Y'all got to get out of the matrix of religion. Listen, the Most High is not doing nothing. You got to do the work. If a man don't work, he shall not eat, is what the scripture says, right? Right or wrong? So there's things that you got to do. A lot of you just figure, well, I'm going to wait around for the Lord to take care of me. Last time I checked, you got to get up in the morning to go to work. He ain't doing that. So if you got to get up in the morning to go to work, that should tell you that if you don't get up in the morning to work, you're not going to eat. So the Most High is not doing nothing if you ain't doing nothing. So our people being on the bottom, is it a curse or is it because our people are just lazy? Because religion made them lazy. The word religion come from a word religio, which means to hold you back, to keep you from making progress. What religion essentially done, it weakened our minds, it weakened us as a people to the point that we're unable to actually function in society because we're waiting for someone to save us. We're waiting for somebody to come by and make things right for us. We don't want to do anything for ourselves. We don't want to work. We don't want to build. We don't want to come together. We don't want to do anything. We want to wait for someone to save us from our own ignorance. And that's where religion comes in. This is why the Black church is full of people that have a poverty mindset. Everything is about the devil. Last time I checked, only the Most High is omnipresent. So how is it that the devil is attacking you in New York, attacking you in Cali, attacking you over here, what? The devil is not omnipresent. So how is he doing all of that? And why is it that you give him so much credit and so much power? It seems as if though religious people have more confidence in the devil doing evil than the Most High bringing about solutions. That's called religion. You understand? That's what religion does. Religion does this. Religion puts you in captivity to the point where you're unable to thrive in life because fear cripples you. It makes you make excuses. It makes you blame everyone else for your problems. You have so many Black men out here, but they don't want to build nothing. They talk a lot of talk, but really they're not doing anything. And I'm not talking about you coming together. I'm talking about you establishing yourself as a man by yourself. If you can't even do that, it ain't going to happen with nobody else. If you as a man cannot go out there and do something on your own as a man, it will never happen with anyone else because you haven't even passed the test. of being faithful of a few. Think about this. If you're a black man and you're living at home with your mom and you can't go out there and get your own crib, do your own thing, get your credit right, get your money in order, make some moves and establish yourself, you cannot work with anyone else to build anything. Nothing will work because you yourself haven't even made the moves yet to establish yourself. You don't even know what it's like to make moves and make sacrifices. You don't have the experience of being responsible for anything. Being responsible for women, being responsible for children, being responsible for other people's in whom you possibly pay because they work for you. So you're not going to be able to do anything in life. And this is why when you look at our people, they would just rather wait for the Lord. Well, what are you doing? Well, I'm waiting for Jesus to help us. And while we're waiting, the other nations are prospering. See, the other nations are not waiting on God to do anything. They're just living their life. The other nations are not living in fear. They're busy taking trips and vacations. We're the only group of people who are stuck in religion, stuck in quoting scriptures, but we don't even believe the scriptures enough to live according to it because we give more credit to the devil than to God. Some of you wake up every morning concerned about who's talking about you, who's fixing to try to do you dirty, rather than you build your life up. Some of you don't even know how to enjoy your life because you're in bondage to people. You're worried about what people think. I told you, nobody really cares about you. Your job is to care about you. Your job is to live your life to the full, because at the end of the day, if you don't, who will? You got to understand that. The matrix of religion is what's keeping you back. Doom and gloom messages. The sky is falling. We got to prepare. What are you going to do? The sky is going to fall. How are you going to prepare? How are you going to prepare if the sky is falling? How do you prepare for that? How do you prepare? The economy is going to collapse. Okay, so if the economy is going to collapse, then that means you cannot put your children through college. So just cross that off the list. Forget about your children's education. Let's not even worry about that no more. Let's just forget it. Now their education suffers because you're worrying about doom and gloom. I've been hearing that the economy is going to collapse since the 90s. Doesn't matter what's going on in the economy. Who cares? If you believe so much that the economy is going to fall and crash, quit your job and be homeless. Prepare. Prepare. Go and be homeless. That way you're accustomed to not having nothing, so that when it crash, you already done been homeless so long, it's not bothering you. I mean, if you really believe that, then give me your money. Send me your entire bank account if you're full of fear, because it doesn't make any sense. This is why when I was in the Christian church, I had to leave, because all I was hearing was death, fear, worry, and it produced anxiety. It produced fear, stress. And I wasn't able to enjoy my life because I was constantly being concerned with future events that were not even here yet, because I believed a lie. You know, you got lunatics on social media. Somebody had sent me a video of somebody just talking a whole bunch of garbage. And, you know, to whoever that person is, I hope you read my DM message, and stop wasting your time listening to that mess, because it is very toxic to sit around and constantly listen to someone feed you fear, anxiety, stress, doom, gloom, fear. Those are the kind of things you need to stay away from. If you're trying to excel in life, you need to hear something positive. You need to hear something that's going to uplift your spirit, giving you confidence to get through. But I cannot help you if I'm constantly telling you the devil is attacking you. I cannot help you if I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what job you have, because you're going to lose it anyway. You're going to be homeless soon. That's not going to help you. That's called doom and gloom. That's not helping nobody. You can't prepare for that. It's those kind of messages that keep people in bondage. I know what I'm talking about. Because it keeps you in constant worry, constant fear. And now you start to look for someone as a solution. And then you invest all your time and money and get played in the process. And see, here's the thing. If you could save yourself from impending destruction, why don't you? And why the world isn't doing that? Why the world isn't worrying about the things you worry about? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, only in America do people fall victim to the matrix of religion. In other countries, they don't think about this nonsense. They just live their life. It's only here that we are bombarded with influences and voices constantly brainwashing us with fear. Oh, Biden this and Trump that. Fam, I don't care about politics. I don't care about none of that. You know why? Because the Most High don't care about that. None of that stuff is helping me. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't care about what the polls are saying. I don't care about no debates between none of these people. I don't care about none of that. What concerns me is what's going on in my house. And that's what you should be focused on. What's going on in your house? And how you can fix what's going on in your house. That's what you should be concerned with. Your situation, not somebody else's situation, your situation. How can you have the motivation, the determination to overcome and excel in what you do? Because the matrix of religion is trying to take you from what you're supposed to do. The matrix of religion wants to paralyze you. Because like I said, when I was in the Christian church back in the day, I stopped doing music, turned off all my equipment, because the preachers back then was telling me that music is of the devil, that my music is evil, and that if you're not playing the piano for God, then you're going to hell. So being that I heard that from so many people at a young age, as a teenager into my 20s, I was indoctrinated into religion to the point where I couldn't live. I couldn't have fun. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. Everything was a sin. And it's like you're just in bondage. And that's what religion does. I mean, of course, I'm free now. But what I'm trying to do is give you an understanding of how this thing goes. Oh, you can't listen to this. You can't listen to that. Fam, that's crazy. Back in the days when I used to follow Creflo Dollar, I remember he used to talk heavy about how music is of the devil and all that secular music is evil. And yeah, they got a lot of evil music out there. But my point is, he used to talk very heavy about that. Oh, this is of the devil. All of this music is evil. But then now all of his daughters are with the devil right now. That's right. Creflo Dollar's daughters are with the devil. Their music is of the devil. All of them, all of his daughters are with Satan right now. Let me see if I could get a receipt for you, just so I can give you an understanding of this, because a lot of times people don't believe me. And I tried to warn y'all many times about this truth, and people keep getting mad at me, right? All of his daughters are with the devil right now. Let me go to one in particular so I can gather this receipt real fast, because it's serious business, right? Let me turn this volume off real fast right here. You'll still be able to hear my voice, but because I got to click on something to gather the receipt, right? So let me see. Okay. Now, let me get this receipt real quick for you. All right. This, and again, if you're on the Ringo TV Raw channel, you won't be able to see this. You would have to come on over to the Ringo TV Reactions channel to see what I'm about to show you, right? Let me see. Okay. Let me see. All right. I think I got one receipt. Let me do this real fast. Take this off. And again, like I said, all of Creflo Dollar daughters right now are with the devil. Heavy. All of them. It's sad. Really, really sad. But let me put this on the screen real quick so I can give you an example of what I'm talking about, right? This is Creflo Dollar's elder daughter. Creflo Dollar's eldest daughter. Do you see her tattoo on her neck? Do you see that? That's Creflo Dollar's eldest daughter. That's right. I believe her name is Jordan. That's his elder daughter. She have a tattoo of the all-seeing eye on her neck with the pyramid. Now, if that doesn't speak volumes of what's going on in today's day, especially with these churches, I don't know what else to tell you, gang. But this is how serious it is. So when you listen to people like Creflo Dollar thinking that these are men of God, no, they're not. They're men of the devil. Because all of his children are with the devil. You see the rainbow hair clips? The rainbow hair clips, y'all. You know what that mean, right? The Rainbow Coalition. That's what it represents. And just in case you didn't know, Creflo Dollar's daughters indulge in the rainbow. That's right. These are facts. I'm not making this up. They do. They indulge in the rainbow. I'm speaking in code. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. Very, very serious issues. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that the matrix of religion does this. Churches do this. All of these pastors, all of their kids are with Satan. So don't think for a minute that everybody's righteous and holy and living for God. No, they're living for the devil. You see? This is what it does to you. So again, I could go on and on. I can go on and on exposing all the Creflo Dollar daughters. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a waste of time. You know why? Because Creflo Dollar's already dirty. Anything that comes from that tree is going to be dirty. You see what I mean? Back in the day, like I said, Creflo used to be like, yo, all music is of the devil. Now his daughters are doing the devil's music and he's okay with it. His daughters is on social media naked, guys. I would show it, but YouTube have guidelines. But if I were to go to one of his other daughters' Instagram, she's practically naked online, guys. Practically naked. Christian daughter of Creflo Dollar. Naked online. That's right. That's what religion does. It's bull crap. Keeps the people dumbed down and docile. You know, and it's sad. It's really, really sad. And I know the video's glitching. You know what I'm saying? The internet service over here is poor. I got to upgrade that. I might just start doing pre-recorded videos because I'm tired of the video constantly glitching every minute. I just don't understand why that's happening. But I may just do my videos pre-recorded and just upload them. But I like doing the live streams because I'm able to interact with the audience. But let me see what we got here. Okay. Yeah. So, how to escape the matrix of religion? First of all, you have to get rid of religion. You got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of religion and begin to live your life. A lot of you are just existing. You have not lived yet. You're existing in a matrix that you believe is your life, your reality, but it's a simulation that you created from religion and the influences you got. And one of those influence is we are under the curses. No, we're not. We're not under no curses. That's a lie. If you're under the curses, you won't have a job. If you are under the curses that you claim you're under, you won't have a job. You won't have a roof over your head. You won't have nothing. We're claiming stuff that we shouldn't be claiming. Again, in the book of Deuteronomy, it talks about the blessings and the curse. The blessings come to those that obey the Most High. The curses come to those that don't. Religion has taught us that as Black people, we are cursed. That makes no sense, because what that's telling me is that if a white man follow the Most High, he's automatically blessed. No, it makes no sense. We've been systematically taught that we are a cursed people, while every other ethnic group is considered blessed. Does that make sense? Explain to me, how could you be the chosen people of the Most High, but you're cursed and everybody else is blessed? Everyone else that put you in captivity, they're blessed. Everyone that enslaved you and benefited from you, oh, they're good. But you? Oh no, you're cursed. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yeah, you're cursed. Isn't that what the Israelite community teach? That's a pack of lies right there. Listen, as you grow in truth, you're supposed to elevate and become more enlightened. And over the years, I have gained more understanding to realize that I am not cursed. I am not suffering from any curses of Deuteronomy. That makes no sense. That's a lie. And I refuse to embrace a lie any longer. And This is something that you must overcome in order for you to really live and enjoy your life. You have to understand that someone somewhere want us to believe that we're under curses. If we're under curses, people, then there's nothing you can do. Notice, you don't hear anybody talking about breaking the curses. You don't hear anybody talking about, well, when are we going to be free from these curses? Nobody's talking about that because it's easy to control you if you believe you're under a curse. They'll tell you stuff like, well, look at black people in the hood. They're killing one another. See, they're under the curses. Fam, white people kill each other all day. White people kill each other too. Don't think for a minute that if you live in a nice community and you have more white folk out there, that somehow they all get along. No, white people hate white people too. Oh yeah. White people don't talk to certain white folk too. You just don't see it because if you were raised in the black community all your life, all you saw was what black folk do. But in white communities, it's the same drama. Hello? It's the same drama. You got white neighbors that don't like their white neighbors right there because they mad because their child threw a ball and it went on their yard and they're pissed because it hit their car. So now they beefing. You see what I mean? It's a lot of issues that go on. Don't ever think for a split second that we're the only group of people that got issues and drama. No. You got Karens in the white community that constantly harass everybody. You just don't see it because you live in the black community. See? The other day I told you, I went to the fast food joint. I saw a white lady cursing out another white lady at the local McDonald's or whatever the case is. And I was like, oh, okay. Wow. Look at here, look at here. See? So they got their issues too. But see, for the most part, what we've been taught is that, hey, black on black crime, see, those are the curses. So hold up. Black on black crime mean that we're under the curses, but yet white folk are going to other nations, killing women and children and bombing people and doing all sorts of atrocities all over the world. But we're under the curses? No. Everybody got their issues. They just magnify ours to convince us that something's mentally wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with us. What's wrong with the black community is poverty. When people are under poverty, people are going to do crime. That's just the way it works. If we take away your job, if we take away your ability to take care of your family, you will resort to crime in order to survive. So when you look at predominantly black communities where there's a lot of crime, a lot of violence, it's not to justify the violence. It's not to say, well, it's okay. No, it's not okay. But my point is, poverty creates violence. Poverty creates this dysfunction. When people are unable to understand how to fend for themselves and produce and create, they can only resort to crime. But the truth of the matter is, all ethnic groups resort to crime. Lawyers commit crimes every day. Judges commit crimes all day. Politicians commit crime all day. Think about that. I mean, isn't Trump a felon? So how is it that he is running for president? So let me get this straight. A felon can run for president and get votes and do all of this other stuff. But if a black man is a felon, he can't get nothing. Make it make sense. The president can be a felon and he's running for office. But if a black man is a felon, he can't vote. Make that make sense? Black man, a felon, he can't vote. Trump, a felon, but he could run for office. Does that make sense? We like to hear stuff like, you're being oppressed. Oppressed in what way? How are you being oppressed? Nobody's oppressing me. Nobody's oppressing me. Nobody can't tell me nothing. You know what's the real issue? Black men are just lazy. Nobody's oppressing you. You're lazy. You're not following the laws. You're committing crimes. That's it. You ain't hear P. Diddy Dow's sidekick, Michael Israel or whatever his name is. He said one of his brothers is in captivity. That's what he said. We're going to review his video. I'm going to try to focus more on some content lately. I'm going to put in some extra work with this content. He talked about how his buddy, Daniel Meir, is in captivity after he abused his son by beating him up. He called it captivity. No, he broke the law. He abused children. That's not captivity. Nobody enslaved him. No, he did that to himself. You see? We like to say stuff like, oh, we're being oppressed in this world. Listen, we got to stop living on a crutch and begin to go out there in the world and do something with ourselves as men and realize that in life, everything takes sacrifices. You have to sacrifice. You have to move forward. You have to make moves in order to produce. Everybody else does it. The white man does it. The Asian man does it. They don't make excuses. They don't sit around blaming everybody. You got to go out there as a black man and begin to do something with your life. You can't be making all these excuses. Oh, the white man is oppressing us. We're just down. You know, you don't want to give me a job. Fam, open your own job, start your own business. Look at the so-called turtle man with the pop the balloon nonsense. He said he don't want to start no business. Why? Because he's lazy. He's a bum. Has nothing to do with oppression, have nothing to do with he don't got a job. He's lazy. He's a bum. Just that simple. Because the white man would go start a business with no excuses. He know he got a family to take care of. He gonna go do what he got to do. The black man is gonna continue to make excuses and claim that we're being oppressed. No, there was a time when we were being oppressed. There was a time when, you know, the laws of the land was oppressing our people. I get all of that. But when are we gonna go out there and actually start to produce and build rather than constantly waiting for the white man to give us some sort of handout, some reparations or whatever the case is? Like, why are we sitting around waiting for all of these things, waiting around like a slave, rather than going out there and building up and doing what we got to do? Why are we sitting around waiting for? See, that's what religion does. That's what the Matrix teach you. The Matrix does this. And these are the lies that you have to understand. Lies. You know, they tell you a bunch of lies. They tell you that you're cursed. They use fear, doom, and it keeps us in a dumbed down, docile mindset. You know? And this is a sad situation. You know, like how many black men are sitting out there blaming the white man for all their problems? No, you're just lazy. You don't want to do nothing with yourself. That's the problem. The problem is you're lazy. That's the problem. You're lazy. You don't want to work. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to build yourself up. You want to live off of a woman. How many men are living off of a woman right now? Women are putting in more work than a lot of you brothers. And that's just the truth. A lot of women put in more work in terms of trying to establish something for themselves, whether it's a small business, whether it's going to school, whether we could complain all day about the battle of the sexes all day. But if the truth be told, women are more likely to go out there and make the necessary sacrifices to build something. And that's what's so sad about this, because we'll sit around as men complaining about how these women ain't ish and, I'm going overseas and all this other drama. If we're supposed to be the men, shouldn't the women be following our lead? So what does that say about us as men? If the women are not following our lead as men, what does that say? It says that we're not leading anything. If we as men are all leaders and we're doing what we got to do as men, as black men, the women would be looking up to us because they'd be like, damn, these brothers out here getting it. These brothers out here making moves. These brothers out here are building communities. These brothers are doing this and doing that. But they don't see none of that. All they see is a bunch of talk. All they see is us looking for a woman to take care of us. How many men are living at a woman's house right now and you're not contributing nothing? You're not paying no bills. You're not doing anything. You're just living under her roof and you think that's cool. No, that's not cool. You're a loser. You're using her. You're using her for her resources. You're using her for home and shelter. And you're using her for sex. You're using that woman. Every man at the sound of my voice is supposed to be focusing on his purpose, which means every day you get up, you're focused on what you got to do as a man. Don't get mad at me because I'm speaking this truth. I'm just being real with you. When you get up in the morning, you're supposed to be focusing on what you got to do as a man. Forget the world, forget what's going on around you, forget about politics, forget about all that nonsense because it's not going to help you. You need to be motivated in what you do as a man, because if not, you're not going to be able to successfully build a family later on in life. You're not going to be able to take care of no woman. And I understand you have a lot of women that are doing a lot of dirt, but that's not the point. The point is, as men, we got to be men. We got to stop looking at the battle of the sexes. Stop looking at, these women, they just unruly and disrespectful. And listen, we got to stop doing all of that mess, because the only reason why we say that is because that's what we see on social media. That's what we hear on social media. It goes back to the Matrix. If we keep hearing that black women are this, black women are that, black women are this, we'll just think all black women are the same. No different than when black women hear about men issues, they think all of us brothers are dogs. We're just deadbeat dads and we're just losers and bums and don't want to do nothing. That's because social media, once again, influence the population to think a certain way. So now what we have, trauma, drama, anxiety. We don't want to be around each other. We don't trust one another. We just rather be by ourselves. And that's why we can't build family. Because that part of the matrix keep us divided. See? So like religion keeps us divided. Social media and the things they teach can also keep us divided from building family. There is a lot of black women out there that are decent women. They're just not out there. Like I told you 1,000 times, guys, you have a lot of decent women that go to school, go to work, and go straight home. They don't go nowhere. You better listen. You better listen well. The decent women don't go nowhere. They live very boring lives. I'm just being honest with you. It's very boring. And when I say boring, I don't mean that they're boring. What I'm saying is they just go to school, go to work, go home, chill, repeat. Then every now and then, she might go to the mall, get some clothes, go to the salon, go to Miss Chin, whatever the case is, and it's back to the same life. She's not out there. Just like you got brothers out here, they just go to work, they go home, they chill. It is what it is. But when you see these women on the gram posting pictures all day, that's fantasy. That's not real life. That's not real life. That's a business that she's running to keep the likes, to keep the views, to keep thirsty men coming in, clicking that button, sending her DMs and cash apps and going to her lonely fans. That's part of the matrix. There's different dimensions in the matrix, different levels of slavery that most people are being oppressed by. That's why you have to escape. You have to escape the matrix of religion, the matrix of social media. It's bondage. It's bitter bondage, because it'll make you think that the world is a certain way when it's not really that way. That's just your reality based on the simulation you're living in. Because in the movie The Matrix, Neo can jump in and out of different dimensions and appear and be in a whole different environment, a different time. And it could be peaceful 1 minute, then it could be violent. Some of us live in violent simulations. That's what you created with your mind, because religion cast a spell on you to produce a world around yourself that is very destructive. So you got to escape it. And the only way you can escape it is to renew your mind with positive influences. Renew your mind with something that's going to make you make better decisions to get out of that dilemma. You know? Let me see what's going on with the chat. Okay. Caramel says, dude wants your attention real bad. I don't even know who you're talking about, to be honest. I don't even know who's the dude you're talking about. I'm not even, like I said, remember what I just said earlier. I don't worry about none of that. I don't think about none of that. I'm not focused on none of that because it's a waste of time. As you can see, I'm not even addressing nobody because I don't really care. None of that stuff is benefiting me. That's the matrix of religion. Some people are so indoctrinated in their religion that when you challenge their religion, when you give them a different understanding, they'll fight to keep their belief. It's just like in the Matrix, where Morpheus was talking about the woman in the red dress that was distracting Neo. And he said how people in the Matrix will fight to keep their lifestyle. That's how it is in religion. Listen, religion is very serious, you know. For a lot of people, religion is their life. They'll die for it. There's people out there that would argue you till kingdom come about their religious beliefs. And they really wholeheartedly believe this stuff. You know? My thing that I'm trying to make you understand is this. If you're a believer and you claim that you're following God, right? How could you be following the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob all this time and still believe that you're under a curse? Make that make sense. How could you be following the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? You claim you keep the commandments, but you also believe that you're under a curse. You believe that the devil is busy and he's out to get you. Really? I doubt the devil is even interested in you, because how can you be a threat to the kingdom of darkness when you don't got nothing going on in your life? How can you be a threat to Lucifer when you're not doing nothing with your life? Nothing. But you want me to believe that the devil is sending demons, people, and everything to harass you when you're not doing nothing that is stopping his purpose. And this happens a lot on social media. You folks get gassed up into believing that you are doing great and mighty works when you're really not doing anything. So somebody will gas you up and be like, well, a lot of you, when you come around people, they get nervous. How they get nervous and why? Why would anybody get nervous when you come around? You ain't doing nothing. See, it gasses you up and it makes you believe that you're doing something when you're really not doing anything. The only people that would get nervous when you come around them is people that are out to do evil. Nervous people are nervous when they come around you because their intentions is always evil towards you. That's why they would get nervous. If I'm a positive man and I'm always doing right, there's no reason for me to come around people and they get nervous around me. They would be happy to have me in their presence. But see, the matrix of religion want you to believe that no matter where you go, somebody's out to get you. The demon is there. The devil is waiting. Doom and gloom. The sky's falling. The economy's going to crash. The dollar is going to crumble. What are you going to all do? You won't be able to spend money. Fam, I don't got no time for all of that nonsense, bro. And I believe that a lot of times people say these things because in their personal matrix, in their simulation that they're living in, it is problematic. So they want to project their reality on your reality to convince you that you're like them. In other words, you could be a person that is doing very well for yourself. You're not in no drama, no problems, no nothing. But the matrix of religion will try to convince you that you're not safe, that you're doomed too. You need to renew your thinking to be just as religious as they are. No, I don't got time for all of that baloney. Y'all could sit there and dwell on all that doom and gloom while I live my life and have fun and do what I need to do to better my family. I don't got no time for all that doom and gloom nonsense, because that stuff is not helping me. Stuff is not helping me, fam. I'm too smart to waste my time with bull crap. I can see BS a mile away. And I understand. See, this is why as men, you got to really roll solo and be alone. When you have that road of Damascus experience, when you have that wilderness experience, when you're just alone and it's just you have time to reflect and understand your purpose. Well, if you're associating yourself with all your coworkers, you're at the job all day, you're talking about sports, politics, what's going on in the world, you're going to be ushered in to nothing but drama. And it's going to overpower and overwhelm you. And now you're going to be worried. You're going to be fearful. And that's something you don't want. I don't promote fear. I don't promote anxiety. I don't teach doom and gloom. I don't come online telling you guys, the economy is about to crash, y'all. So, you got to really invest your money and save it because, I don't know, man, we're not going to be able to eat much longer. So, I don't got time to talk that garbage. That's garbage. That right there is garbage. You know why? Because if you understood the scriptures, it says, as long as the earth remain, seed time and harvest shall not cease. So as long as there's an earth, there's going to be no lack. Do you understand me? Doom and gloom is the gospel of the devil. Doom and gloom only come from people with no hope. They have no hope, so they don't want you to have any hope. People that are down and out will always preach a gospel of death and destruction because that's all they know. If people have no money in their pocket, they will start to preach on how everybody else is not going to have nothing pretty soon. Why? Because they're struggling. They're struggling. So they want you to struggle. Misery loves company. This is why you got to roll solo to understand what I'm saying. It's very, very important, y'all. Very, very important. This is serious business, you know? Let's see what we got. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, you have to unplug. You have to unplug from this particular, the doom and gloom matrix of religion. Because you have to understand what it does to you. It prevents you from living your life. Because look, a lot of you have dreams, aspirations, goals. How can you fulfill all of that if you're constantly worried about death and destruction and mayhem? I don't got time for all that. That's not helping me to grow. That's helping to hold me back. And in the process, I'm going to end up helping someone else to grow because of my worry and fear. Again, if I can get you to worry and fear and then create a solution that I'm the solution. In other words, doom and gloom is coming to the world, but you need to invest in me. That's the only way you're going to be saved. You just got played because I thought you follow the Most High. Wait a minute. I thought you follow the Most High. Shouldn't the Most High give you the wisdom of how to sustain yourself? So if I conjured up a scheme of giving you doom and gloom and then told you I'm the solution, you need to invest in me to survive. Nobody else will be able to survive unless you be with me. That's the only way you're going to survive now. There's no other way. That's doom and gloom. That's the gospel of Satan. Because how is it as a man you can't survive on your own? Please explain that to me. Again, when P. Diddy Dow's camp got raided, with all the guns, with all the military training, it couldn't stop what was inevitable. Just the other day, P. Diddy Dow posted a video, we're going to review that later on today, of a white man that was talking about his experience being a slave at Straightway, where he was said to have been given $50 allowance a month, right? That's all he get to take care of him and his family, $50 a month. And he's so proud of this, right? That's what doom and gloom gospel does. When you're dependent upon another man, that they would give you a $50 allowance. Imagine a grown man with a family is getting a $50 allowance a month. And he's dependent upon P. Diddy Dow for dear life. He's in a video talking about, well, we get Netflix, we get this, we got an Xbox. I can go down to the pool room and watch videos. And I'm sitting there shaking my head like, bro, you literally just said you get Netflix? Really? Well, you know, the ministry takes care of this. The ministry provides Pampers. The ministry provide diapers. Really? This is crazy, man. But that's what happens when you live under the matrix of religion. You depend on religion to take care of you. You depend on people with influence to take care of everything that you do. And it's crazy, man. You know, I don't know what's going on with this internet, bro. This internet is garbage, bro. Like, seriously, I got to really talk with the service provider because I did not experience none of this when I was in New York. It's like, it's just going bonkers, man. It's freezing up. It's glitching. It's you know, it's just bad. It really is bad. I don't like it. And I can always just do pre-recorded videos and upload them and I won't have no issues. But it's just bad service at the end of the day. Really, really bad service. It's just in the red. It's probably going to end up shutting off on me. You know, I want to try something real quick. Let me see if I could do this. I'm going to shut down the Ringo TV Raw stream. You know what? Let me just leave it. I'm not even going to shut it down. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. Because even though it's glitching, you can still hear my voice. As long as you can hear my voice, that's all that matters. Right? As long as you can hear my voice, that's all that matters. That was another thing that I didn't consider. I'm gonna have to do because when I was in New York, I was on Verizon Fios, the fiber optic cable set up with the internet. So what happened is when you're using OBS, it gives you like a test before you set it up for your internet so that you can have like a certain speed. So maybe it could be that I'm using too much, I guess the bit rate or whatever the case is for the stream is probably too high on the streaming software, and it needs to be lower in order for everything to run smooth. That could be one of the issues due to the poor quality internet service. It could be that. Because remember, when you are in North Carolina, it's probably totally different than New York. I know it's totally different. New York's internet service is great. At least for what I had, right? But I'll leave the other stream open. Let me see. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters, right? Somebody said, Ringo, call AT&T Monday and see if they have service where you live. We have major internet issues and it's always fine. So you say an AT&T got, you said mine is fiber optic. I'm gonna do some research on it. It's just that I'm mad busy with getting the new house together and stuff like that. So I don't really have time to be on the phone with all these folks. But all of those kinks are gonna get taken care of little by little because I like doing my live streams and I cannot stand all of that glitching. It's not good for business and it's just not good overall, especially for a person like me who focus highly on quality. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to get the some sort of fiber optic service because that is normally the best. You know what I mean? And I don't really care how much it costs. I'll pay whatever it is because internet service is the most important thing in my line of work, right? So getting back to the topic, again, even if it's glitching, you know, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about the lagging, so stop complaining about lagging. There's nothing I can do about that, right? As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. So getting back to the point, how to escape the matrix of religion is you have to stop allowing people to indoctrinate you with fear. Fear is the faith of the devil. And if you continually allow fear to overpower you, then you're never going to be able to live your life. Like I said, when I was in the Christian church, all I received was fear-based content, fear-based messages, to the point where I was unable to live my life because we were always in prepare mode. We got to prepare for this. We got to prepare for that. We got to prepare for this. I'm like, damn, when am I going to live my life? When am I going to have the opportunity to live my life? Why am I constantly trying to prepare for something to come that's not here? And then when it don't show up, years and years have passed me by and I grew older and never was able to accomplish nothing with my life. Come on, man. That's crazy. And in the process, the church was able to benefit from me. The church was able to benefit the whole time. You know, it's really, really crazy, man. Let me see. I'm really getting tired of this glitching mess. Stuff is really annoying me. Really, really annoying me. That's why I wanted to see if it still happens with two of the streams streaming at the same time. But then that would be crazy because even if I was to turn off one stream, I'm sure it would still be doing that lagging nonsense either way. I'm gonna have to probably call somebody in the morning and find out about this because it's really annoying me. It is really annoying me. It's going to keep doing that. It's going to keep buffering and doing that over and over. And what's so crazy is it never used to do that before. Because I remember streaming from here a couple of times and I never had no issues. So I'm trying to figure out why I'm having issues now. It's kind of weird, you know? Definitely is kind of weird. But nonetheless, in order to escape the matrix of religion, you have to stop allowing yourself to be indoctrinated with fear. Fear is the faith of the devil. Stop listening to fear-based content that keeps you worrying about future events you have no control over. You have no control over the future, ladies and gentlemen. I told you already, can any of you prepare for death? You can't. Death is going to come no matter how you do it. So you can't really prepare for that, right? Again, to everybody in the chat, stop complaining about buffering. We already talked about this 1,000 times. Next person that do that, I'm blocking them because now you're annoying me. We already know this already, right? So stop talking about buffering and lagging. Stop being dumb. I already explained this already, right? So again, moving forward, when it comes to this issue, you have to stop listening to influences that is brainwashing you into fear, making you worry about stuff you have no control over. You know, there's nothing you can do. You cannot save or prepare yourself for the inevitable. You can't. And why is it that you're not dependent on the Most High? Instead, you're dependent on man. Why? Why is it that you're not dependent on the Most High? Instead, you're dependent on man to give you that solution. And why is it that when the solution comes from man, it's always a monetary thing, but in the end, you don't really benefit? That's the gospel of the matrix of religion. And that's exactly what I've been through in the church. That's why I don't trust no church. All of these churches are out here just trying to pimp the people. All of them. None of them are focused on the truth. You know? None of them are trying to help the people to really overcome. They just want to keep you in bondage to control you, control your thoughts, control your mind. Doom and gloom. The devil is after you. The world is going to crash. The economy is going to fall. Fam, if you really feel that way, quit your job. Quit your job. Go in the streets and live homeless because you're going to die anyway if you feel that way. It's crazy when I see stuff like this all the time. I'm like, fam, do you realize how crazy that sounds? I don't got no time to be thinking like that, fam. That's why when it comes to people and hanging around people, I cannot hang around doom and gloom. I can't hang around that mess, bro. That stuff is discouraging, man. The only thing I need to be hearing about is prosperity and life, health and healing. I don't want to hear about no doom and gloom. Economy's falling. If the economy is falling, might as well I quit YouTube. Might as well I quit any endeavors I have. Might as well I stop my plans. Might as well I just stop everything and just go and die. It makes no sense. That's not motivating nobody. That's not helping nobody. Because if you constantly listen to that poison, it's not going to make you work harder. And this is why as Black people, we stay on the bottom, because religion and the matrix of religion have constantly made us cripple-minded so that we're no longer focused on building anything for ourselves. We just rather sit back and wait for a welfare check, waiting for the government to give us something, waiting for somebody to give us some sort of food or whatever the case is. I don't got time for all that mess. You know? I don't got no time for that garbage, bro. So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here. You know what I mean? I think I made myself very clear on what's going on about doom and gloom. But if I can kind of wrap it up for those of you that may now have walked into the building, especially on the Ringo TV Raw channel. Doom, gloom, fear is a gospel from Satan. In simple terms, what that means is me making messages, making you believe that somebody's out to get you. The devil is busy, giving you fear, producing anxiety in your heart. Everybody at your job is looking at you. Everybody's trying to get you. You're the most wanted. Demons are after you. Demons are coming to kill you. The economy is going to fall. That's fear-based content. That's not helping nobody. That's actually producing fear, anxiety. You're not going to want to live. It's going to make you depressed. It's going to make you go drink. It's going to make you live a wild life because you're going to figure, well, it don't make no sense. I try to live because, you know, what's the point of trying to have a family with a woman if the economy is going to fall? So it don't make no sense I have any children. So when you listen to content or get any sort of influences like that, it's going to really derail your life and you're going to be miserable. Trust me, you're going to be miserable. You're not going to want to do nothing productive, bro. Nothing. We as men are supposed to be working towards our goals every day. You know, we're supposed to be working towards our goals every day. Everything on social media, everything in the real world is a distraction. Women is a distraction. Women is one of the biggest distractions for all of us men because we're men. So obviously we're going to want a woman. Naturally, we're going to want a woman. Just seeing a beautiful woman is going to make a man go crazy. But to be honest, it's a distraction. It distracts you from making money. It distracts you from making goals. It distracts you from getting in shape. It distracts you from hitting the gym, cleaning your house. It distracts you from everything. If you could just take women out of your mind as a man, right? I'm not telling you to be on some funny boy business. What I'm trying to show you is if you understand these principles, it will allow you to really develop yourself. If you just take women out of the equation, right? I'm not thinking about no women. I'm not trying to holler at no women. I'm focusing on this goal that I'm trying to build, right? And you just focus on that, right? You're going to see progress. But now if you bring the women in, it's going to become a distraction. And I'm not saying that as a man, you cannot have a woman or you can't have no relationship. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a lot of times as men, we're focused only on, ooh, I'm trying to get a shorty. Ooh, I'm trying to talk to this woman. Bro, when are you going to fix yourself up? Because that very same shorty you trying to talk to, oh, she lives in a nice condo. She just bought a nice house. She just bought a car. She's living pretty good. You have a lot of women at the sound of my voice. They got their own house, whether they own the house, rent the house. It doesn't really matter. She lives in a nice house. She's driving a nice car. She's doing pretty well for herself. So by the time you run into her, she got herself all established, but you don't got nothing going on for yourself. And I hate to make it sound like everything is about materialistic type stuff, but let's just be real. You know, as men, we focus too much on trying to get with women and we haven't even established ourselves as men. We haven't even built nothing for ourselves. We haven't accomplished none of our goals because we're being distracted by women. You're on the gram, you're on OnlyFans, you're in some woman's inbox, but you're not building anything for yourself. I told you already as men, if you just focus your time and your energy on you and building you and focusing on what you got to do, then it's going to make women come to you. You don't have to do anything because they're going to see you. They're going to see you on your purpose. We hear this thing all the time on social media. Stay on your purpose, stay on your grind. But to be honest, most men have no purpose. Because why? They live in fear all day. They're constantly being bombarded with doom and gloom. Oh, the job market. You know, people getting laid off. People are struggling. Oh, you just can't make it. You know, my job ain't paying me enough. I can't listen to all that garbage. That's garbage. That's not helping nobody. People need to know how to survive and how to earn. But in order to do that, they got to learn about themselves. A message have to be positive and uplifting, not something that make you feel like it's an impossibility. Every last one of you can be successful at whatever it is you put your mind to, but you have to stay focused on working towards the goal. You got to be diligent about what you believe, and you cannot have people distracting you. You can't have your family around, friends around. You got to cut everybody off. You got to take a year off from people. If you truly want to be successful, you got to take a whole year and cut everybody off. No friends, no calls, no dates, no nothing. Just you and your goal. That's it. I guarantee you'll be successful. I guarantee you. Because when you have people around distracting you, you're not going to be able to go nowhere. You're not going to be able to do anything because everybody's taking away your energy. You're going to have a bunch of people around you putting fear in your heart. Oh, it ain't going to work. You ain't going to be successful. Oh, where you going to get the money to start that business? Bro, you talking about you doing what? Man, you crazy. That ain't going to work. All those people are going to try to talk you out of what you believe. That's why it is good to not have them around anyway. Right? And that doesn't mean you're selfish. That just means you want to fulfill your purpose. And in order for you to fulfill your purpose, you need to avoid negative people, negative places, negative habits, and things that are going to be a distraction to the goal. See, I understand who I am, and I understand that in order for me to be successful, I got to depart from all distractions. That's why I left New York. That's why I left New York, to leave behind distractions, to be in an environment that will prevent me from having those distractions interfering with the goal. You see that? And it's working because it put me in a place where I'm able to really think and not fall back on the same old things I would normally do that can be a distraction towards the goal. See, in New York, there's so much action. There's so many things to do, so many places to go, so many people you know. But when you're not around them, it's not so easy to go here and go there, because now you got to go travel all the way. That's a long travel. Can't really do it. So now you got to figure out how to move now. Now you got to focus on what's important. So now when you get up in the morning, it's not about doing this, and that. It's about honing in on your goal. And being that I don't have no negative influences of fear, I don't have no stress of, oh, the devil's coming for me. I don't got none of that nonsense. I don't care about all these other things. I'm not worried about people because I understand that no matter where you are, somebody ain't gonna like you. I already know that. So rather than worrying about, well, I wonder if this person liked me, I wonder if that person liked me, I don't really care because I'm busy focusing on what I gotta do. I'm not entertaining people. When people see me out and about, they already know I'm a busy person and I stay to myself, so don't fuck with me. Simple as that. Because I'm not trying to mix mingle with everybody. I'm focusing on what I got to do, so leave me alone. And people could pick up on that energy because when they see you out and about and you just do your thing and you back home in the crib and you become mysterious to people and they know you're about your business. A lot of you guys, you're not moving like that. You're moving sloppy. You got too many people in your life taking your energy. A lot of you ladies, the same way. You got too many people in your life pulling your life force. Got to cut all those people off. I told you, take a year and cut everybody off. Cut off all the influences, all the fear, all the nonsense, and just focus on what you got to do. What are the problems in your life that you need to resolve? What are the issues in your life that you need to be resolved? We're not talking about fear mongering. We're not talking about promoting anxiety. We're not going to try to talk you into depression. What we're trying to focus on is the problems that you have, right? It needs your attention. You need to focus on the things going on in your life so you can better yourself as a person. You're not going to be able to do that if you're distracted by everything else going on with everybody else, right? Everybody got problems, right? Everybody got problems, but they want you to solve their problems. You can't afford to do that if you got your own issues. So what you got to understand is that you come first priority, you, not everybody else. So the message that you need to understand is, in order for you to see yourself and overcome, you got to avoid all these distractions from the matrix. And that's what religion produce. if you're the type of person that want to move out of the environment you're at, and you hear a message that the economy is going to fall, doom and gloom, you're not going to have a job, that's going to put you in depression. And you're going to be like, you know what? It don't even make no sense I move because, I mean, I ain't going to have a job anyway. So now that's going to derail your plans. You're not going to pursue it by really putting in the work because you need money to do these things. So if the economy is going to fall, it don't make no sense I do anything. You see? So you need to hear messages that are going to empower what you're trying to do. Messages that's going to stimulate your thoughts to think in line with, I can do this, and just do it. Because nobody's going to be there to support you unless you're doing it. In order for people to support what you do, they got to see you doing what you claim you said you're going to do. That's when people are going to come. They're not going to come when you're in the process of trying to do it, because they're going to talk you out of it. Remember how people are now. Their job is to talk you out of all your goals. Their job is to doubt you. Their job is to make you feel like you're not going to make it. This is what they're going to do all day. That's why I say you don't want them around you, because they're going to discourage you. What you want to do is focus on your grind, focus on your business, focus on your education, whatever it is that you do as a person. And you want to stay with that until it develops roots. Like when you plant something in the ground and develop roots and now it starts to grow. Once people see the results, now they're like, okay, this person is serious. This person is really doing it. This person is not just talking. Now I'm going to support them. Now they're willing to support you. Why? Because they see that you put in the work. They see that you put in the sacrifices. You use your energy the right way. But if you let people drain your energy, it's going to cause you to fail at everything. And then you're going to become miserable. You're going to hate your life. You're going to start to blame everybody else. And we don't want to make any excuses. No excuses. Everything that comes my way moving forward is based on my choices. I have no one to blame but myself. Because if I'm rolling solo and I have no negative influences around me, I don't hang with nobody, I'm not out in the streets wilding out, I'm just focusing on what I got to do, then the only one that can stop me from getting where I got to go is me. Do you understand that? That's where we're trying to get you to go. We're trying to get you to understand who you are and not allow the matrix to influence you, to poison you, to stagnate your growth, because that's what it's going to do. And then people are going to extract your energy for their purpose. And then while you're losing energy, they're gaining power. That's why the church is so powerful, because the church extracts the energy from all of its congregants, all of the members of the church. The pastor typically extracts their energy and their resources, enriching himself. This is why when you look at the Christian church, the pastor is normally always in a mansion, live the best life, flies Lear jets, have a Rolls Royce. This is typically what you see all the time, you know? Because he's living off the people. That's what he's doing. He's living off the people. He's living off their energy. You could be a woman and you can have a man and he's no good, and you let him in your life. He's draining your energy. He's taking your life force. The more you hang around that guy, the more he's draining your life force, because his intentions wasn't really to build anything with you long term. He just saw you as a placeholder to get him to the next level. And this is why rolling solo is so important, because a lot of times people will try to use you as a, how can I say, as a stepping stone to get to the next level. In other words, you're just a step. This is why when you're a man and you get with a woman with a pile of kids, she wants you to be a step daddy. Not because she loves you, not because she want to have children for you. She want you to be a stepping stone for her kids to get to the next level. Oh yeah, we're going to prove that in other videos that I'm going to pretty much react to, where there's a very, very dangerous thing, get into dating relationships with women that typically have children, because when you get with them, they normally don't want to produce any more children. They normally don't. When you get with a woman who's a single mom, I'm not saying single moms are bad. What I'm saying is, if you're a single mom, right, and you know you don't want no more children, right? Stop saying you want a relationship. Just say you want a fuck buddy. Just say that. I'll respect that. You understand? I got to keep it real with you. I got to keep it raw. You know what I mean? Because if you know as a woman, you're not trying to have no kids for a brother, right? Then the best thing to say is, look, I'm looking for a man that you can pretty much be with to have sex. That's it. Just say that. Say that's what you want. You just want a man to put heavy meat inside of you deep. And you're looking for a man that he just want that. You just want a man to sleep with. I think that should be your approach. That way, there's no misunderstanding. So now you'll have the wrong kind of man in your life. Think about that. Think about what I just said right there. You'll have the wrong kind of man in your life. Because why? If you know as a woman, you don't want to produce no more children, but you want a relationship. Think about how that sounds. That sounds crazy, you know, because a man is supposed to be fruitful and multiply. So if you're not going to produce no children for me, then we're basically F buddies at this point. So while I'm with you, I'm going to still have me another woman. You do understand that, right? So you can't be on this monogamous stuff like, oh, you cheating on me. Woman, sit down, please. Please go sit down. You just said you don't want to produce no kids for me. So I'm going to produce those kids with another woman. Me and you could still kick it. Because remember, all you wanted was pipe. All you wanted was for me to pipe you down. So don't complain. That's all I'm saying. Right? So, I have to make myself clear, because a lot of times women get upset and they be like, well, you putting down the single mothers and all this other stuff. Fam, I'm not the one who lay down with all these dudes producing all these kids and never end up married. That's you. You did that. You did this yourself. You made those choices. You got to live with it now. Can't be blaming me for the fact that you had all these kids, and now that you got them, now you want me to be a sucker and take care of your kids. I'm not doing that. That's not my job. My job is not to take care of another man's kids. The one you go to take care of your kids is your baby daddy. Respectfully, you go to him, you go to the courts, you do what you got to do so that he's taking care of them kids, right? If you know you don't want no more kids, but you still wanted to kick it with me, then just let me know you want heavy meat. Just say, look, Ringo, I like you. I'm not really trying to have no kids. So maybe if you wanted kids, that's not really what I want. I just want you to lay pipe and, you could come through. We can kind of kick it, have fun. And that's pretty much it. You go on with whatever other woman you're dealing with, but I just want you to come through, lay pipe, and we have some sort of relationship like that. Okay, cool. That'll be the arrangement. But don't say you want a relationship if you're not producing children. Don't say you want a marriage if you know you're not producing children, because it makes no sense. Just being honest with you, because a lot of times people get upset, and it's nothing to be upset about. I'm just speaking truth, Let me see. Who's this? AC Shook. I can't even see the damn name. I'm just gonna say AC. Shout out to you for the 13 months membership. Says holy greetings, Ringo TV mods and chat. Again, people, doom and gloom. is going to cause depression. Doom and gloom causes depression. Doom and gloom will produce worry, anxiety. You don't need that. You don't need that. It's going to hurt your spirit. It's going to break you down. You need messages that's going to uplift you, messages that's going to encourage you, messages that is going to make you believe in yourself that you can accomplish your goals. Doom and gloom will make you give up on everything in life. What's the point of hitting the gym if the economy is going to fall and there's not going to be no gyms and everybody's going to be killing one another? What's the point? What's the point of trying to live? What's the point? Ain't no point. That's a terrible place to be. You know, kind of remind me of some film I'm watching on Netflix right now where you had, I think it's called The 100. I think that's what it is, where you had a couple of people, they were beamed down to earth and, they're trying to survive down there. And it's just doom and gloom and chaos and fighting and killing and death. And they're in the jungle trying to survive and eat. I mean, come on, man. Who in the world want to live like that, bro? Nobody don't got no time for that mess. You know? Let me see. What we got here? Somebody said react to ladies want to homeless guy. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying. You got to make sense. And also, I keep telling people, I am not the most high. I am not omnipresent. I am not knowing everything in the world. If you have information, you send it to my Instagram. That way I know what's going on. You know? Messages that are going to iron me to the glory of God. See, one of the things that a lot of folks got to do, especially people that claim they rep the most high, is y'all got to stop being religious. Like, seriously, like, stop being religious, man. That's like a red flag, and it's an easy way to be deceived by wolves in sheep's clothing, is when you're religious, because they know how to play with your mind. They know how to maneuver. They know how to speak the language that you're accustomed to. I'm not saying that you're a bad person if you, I guess, have religious beliefs. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you talk a certain way, right, they can see you coming a mile away, right? So what they'll do is they'll switch up and they'll start to speak the language that you're accustomed to. They'll hit you with key phrases, key words, all praises, shalom. And once they hit you like that, all of a sudden now you drop your guard. Your guard is down because you're comfortable, because you're like, wow, they said shalom, shalom, all praises, quote a few scriptures. They said things that you're accustomed to, things that you would expect from a believer. And this is why Satan is so, he has that ability to come in through these churches to manipulate people. He does it through religion. That's how he's able to mingle with the believers and make you believe God is talking to you when it's the devil talking to you. It's the devil that's manipulating you, through these churches. Like I said, I already been there, done that in terms of being in them religions and, hearing them lying preachers. And I believed all of them and was deceived, just like a lot of you been deceived. And then I had to renew my mind to come out of that deception. Because here's the thing. If you mix in religion with your purpose, you're going to fail. Did you hear me? If you mix religion with your purpose, you're going to fail. You're not going to be able to make it. Because you're going to, how can I say, for lack of better words, I don't know if I'm creating a new word phrase. I don't know, but you're going to religiousize everything. Like I know that's probably not even a word, but you're going to make everything about religion and it's going to mess you up. It's going to hold you back from making progress, and you don't want that. Shout out with Trending with Sharice for the membership. Just keep family alive for the next generation. You know, let me see. Dun, 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 dun. People be trying to get you off topic. Yeah, that happens all the time. You know, I just try to stay on topic as much as I can, because when I do these videos have assignments. These videos are designed to influence people the correct way so that they can think. The world is not coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. I know that's what you want to believe, because again, doom and gloom sounds nice. It's entertaining, but doom and gloom is not going to help you have peace of heart. It's not. The world is not coming to an end next week, next year. It's not happening. The economy is not falling. You know what I mean? As long as the earth remain, seed time and harvest shall not cease. We have to stop with doom and gloom, because I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to be very, very frank with you, right? The reason why doom and gloom is so bad is because when you preach doom and gloom, and let's just say the economy fell, everybody's coming to kill you. Because if you make yourself a target as the source of salvation, people are coming to kill you, to take everything you got, because you put yourself out there. And this is why doom and gloom is not good. That's like if you see me make videos and I'm like, hey guys, I'm stockpiling this. I got, 150 cases of water, and I'm in videos showing you this, showing you that. Hey, this is my underground bunker. This is what I'm doing. Fam, I just made myself a target. I just made myself a target by doing that, because most of you who listen to me gonna come look for me to take me out in order to get some food. See what I'm saying? You made yourself a target now, because you're telling everybody about what you got. Nobody don't supposed to know about that. Nobody don't supposed to know about anything you stockpile. Nobody don't supposed to know about your underground bunker. Nobody don't supposed to know about nothing, because it's none of their business. You know what I'm saying? It's none of their business. What you supposed to do is just do what you got to do. And the only time people know anything about you is when you allow them to know certain things. But for the most part, you keep your personal business to yourself, you know? Let me see. Somebody said the future is for those whom prepare it. But I added also to those whom believe. Let me see. I'm so glad you gave me rest assurance. The world is not going to end. No, it's not going to end, because here's the thing. Like I said, when I was in the Christian church, from 1995 all the way to about 2004, 2005, I was in bondage to the rapture coming. The world is going to end. The economy is going to fall. It doesn't make sense to try to become anything in life, because the Lord is not looking for you to be successful. He wants you to be poor. These are things that I was taught in those times. So when opportunities came for me to make money, I would turn it down, because I was trained as a Christian back then. I'm not a Christian today, right? I believe in the scriptures. I follow the Most High and all of that, but I'm not no Christian. I don't identify with any of these religious groups. At the same time, being that I was trained and taught We were taught to have a poverty mind. We were taught that having material things is of the devil. Having a nice home is of the devil. Having a nice car is of the devil. Living good is of the devil. If you try to make money, you're full of greed. If you do music, you're of the devil. If you dress a certain way, you're of the devil. You're in sin. If you look at a woman and you like her, you're in sin. So we were really pretty much in bondage. You know, every other week, the preacher would tell you that Jesus is coming, the mark of the beast, the one world government. So we were in constant fear. Constant fear. It was just sad. It was every single minute. And I just don't like when people are in that type of bondage, because it takes you away from your purpose, and it causes you to have no peace of mind, you know? And the preachers, they use this to keep us in line, to keep us fearing death. They would say, oh, you're going to go to hell if you do this, and God is going to punish you. And so we were in constant fear, to the point where they would literally tell you, if you look at a woman, you're lusting after her. So I could be in the church, see a sister over there, and she's cute, and I'm afraid to look at her. Literally, I was like this back in the days, guys. Seriously, real talk. I used to be in the church, would see a woman, like her, look at her, and then quickly turn my head, because if you look upon a woman to lust, you're in sin. That's how sick the church is. And there's a lot of guys that are just like that, even till to this day. I had to break free from those things in 2004, 2005. I had to break out of that mess. You see, because it affected me even in the streets. Like, I would just be in the streets walking around in New York, in Brooklyn, and see a sister and be like, you know, hey, let me see what's up. And next minute I'm thinking, oh, I'm sinning, I'm lusting. And then one day when I broke free, I said to myself, it's very stupid to say that if a man is looking upon a woman and he likes her, he's in sin for lusting. That's how we all got here. Your dad saw your mom, she was looking good, and he fucked her. Just like that. That's how it happened. That's how you got here. You understand what I'm saying? So it is natural for a man to be attracted to a woman. It's natural for a man to lust after a woman. What does the word lust mean? To lust means to have strong desire. So as a man, if you look at a woman that look good, you're supposed to have a strong desire. If you're a sister that look good from head to toe, you're supposed to know that if a man looks at you, he's going to be like drooling. You're supposed to know that. If you're a woman who is fine, got a nice body, you know, when you dress up, you looking good, you know, as a woman, that when these ninjas look at you, they're going to be definitely looking. So there is nothing wrong with that. But the church made men believe that they're sinning if they look upon a woman. So what exactly was the church doing at that time? Keeping you single, preventing you from marrying, keeping you dumb down and docile, preventing you from making relationships with the opposite sex, because they knew that as long as you remain single, you'll remain in the church. But if you got into a relationship, it will put you in a position where you're going to start to think about the relationship between you and this woman. It's going to be a distraction. You're going to leave the church. This is why in the church, they're constantly keeping everybody single. Matter of fact, I would go as far to say religion keeps everybody single. Religion keep you single. Religion does that. Religion keeps everybody single. And that's why so many Christians and churchgoers, none of them are married. They're just a bunch of single people that live in sin all day. This is what they do, you know? Yeah, so we're going to pretty much wrap it up because this thing is glitching and really buffering and driving me crazy. I got to make some phone calls. I got to do some research about another internet provider, and so on and so forth. Because to be honest with you, being that I'm in this house, I want to have two separate internet services. I don't want one. I don't like having that because If other people are on the internet, I don't want that affecting me while I'm doing what I'm doing. So I want to have a separate service that I use by myself. So I'm going to look into that because this particular service here is trash. It is not efficient for my line of work. So I'm going to pretty much upgrade this as soon as possible and so on and so forth. Yeah. Depopulation agenda. Yeah, that's what it is. The church is definitely full of that. Their job is to make us remain single, miserable, and keep us like that long enough till we grow old and die. And, it's crazy. But let me see. Somebody on the Ringo TV Raw channel said, in these last days, men are supposed to be there to protect a single female, not use her for sex. If she don't or can't have any children. So when that time comes, are you going to protect her? I mean, your comment is so one-sided and so entitled. Like, nobody have to protect you. Protect you for what? Protect you for what? Like, where does this entitlement come about in the last days? Men aren't supposed to do a damn thing. That's entitlement right there. So you ain't say what the woman is supposed to do. That's where I have a problem. You talked about what a man is supposed to do as if though that's an entitlement for a woman. What is a woman supposed to do? So you ain't say that part. And that's why I have a problem with, because a man is not supposed to do anything. A woman is supposed to honor her husband. You ain't talk about that woman being a wife. A man is not supposed to just protect a woman just because she's a single female. No, it don't work like that. She's supposed to be his wife. That's the only woman a man protects. A man protect his wives, period. You don't just go around protecting women to protect women. No, that's not how it works. Because again, we can have a debate on that. And when you look at the level of disrespect women have against their male counterpart, why would a man want to protect anything like that? No, I'm not protecting no damn disrespectful woman that don't acknowledge me as, her head. No, you don't protect that mess. And also you said, in the last days, men are supposed to protect men are supposed to be there to protect a single female, not use her for sex. First of all, a man technically cannot use a woman for sex, even though I use the example of men just getting with a woman for that purpose. What I'm trying to show you is that women are the gatekeepers when it comes to sex, right? So a man technically cannot use you, right? A man's intentions when he meet a woman should have been thoughtfully ironed out and considered the day you met that man. Is he here just for sex, or is he here to build a family? That and the burden of that falls on the woman. So if your legs are open, he didn't use you, you yield yourself to him. We got to stop as women accusing men of using women for sex. A man cannot use you when you open your legs, ladies. Like, we're going to be reviewing a video that somebody had posted on TikTok. I'm going to do that stream after this one. I'm going to go get something to eat. Then I'm going to do that stream. I might do it pre-recorded because I really don't want the glitching. So I might pre-record the video and upload it as a premiere. I think I'm going to definitely do it that way because I don't want all the glitching and all that madness, right? Yeah, so there's this female, some of you probably already seen it, where she's talking about how her landlord wants more than rent, right? And she goes on talking about how he's there and he want her to have sex to cover the rent. And she's on TikTok pretty much saying she want the video to go viral because she want people to know about the monster in Robert or whatever his name is. And I'm going to review that video and share my commentary about it to prove and show that women a lot of times act as if though they're being victim or victimized by men when really they are the main one contributing to the madness. Because if you actually studied that video, she said she had sex with him twice. So he didn't use her, she used him. He's not really the bad guy. She's the bad woman. But she's playing herself as a victim and people believe it. People are literally going crazy saying that the landlord is a piece of trash, and he is. At the same time, I'm not here to focus on the landlord. I'm here to focus on the decisions the woman made to open her legs. You know, so we're going to review that video. You know, after this one, I'm going to get me something to eat and pretty much do what I got to do. Right. Let's see. Trending says we have a womb to protect. Duh. Well, yeah. You know, the sad thing is women don't really protect it. Women's legs are always open for Pookie and Ray Ray. This is why when women complain that men ain't ish and men are doing all this dirt, it makes me laugh, because it's like, y'all be out here opening your legs for a man that you don't even know. And then you complain that he's using you. I don't get that. How could he use you when you open your legs? So when it comes to sex, he's using you, but you're not using him. It's a two-way street. You wanted some pipe and he wanted some box. It's a giving and receiving. Please stop saying the man use you when you open your legs. How does that look? He didn't force you. You opened them. So obviously you wanted to do it, right? You just mad he didn't stay. But don't say he used you. Don't say he used you, right? The same chosen nun says, you wasn't marrying her either. I'm just responding to what you said, and it's biblical. I don't even know what you're talking about. I wasn't going to marry her. I don't even know what you're talking about, because I never said I was marrying anybody in this video. So I don't know what you're talking about. You have what is known as selective hearing. You pretty much hear what you want to hear. That's a sickness. That's a part of the matrix of religion. Religion have a way of making you hear things that you believe I said when I never said nothing. I never talked about marrying anyone. I don't know what you're talking about. You just have a hard time paying attention. I'm using examples of different situations in life. So what are you talking about? It's not making any sense. And this is problematic, especially on social media, where people are just not paying attention and they kind of hear what they want to hear, you know? Yeah, so let me see. Ringo, look at Late One Night movie on your free time. It's short film. I don't know what that is. Late One Night. Like I said, fam, y'all gotta start to pay attention and listen. If you got some information, send it to my Instagram. Posting stuff in the comments, in the chat, you wasting your time with all that. Send me the information so I can go view it. I'm not gonna remember anything you said in the comments, right? Chosen Nun says, America will be no more soon. So I'm talking about when they come and round up single women or widows women. Will you protect that woman that you are only having sex with? See, this is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, by people that are promoting fair, how can I say, doom and gloom. I mean, the person literally said that America will be no more soon. So I'm talking about when they come and round up single women. And who's they? What are you talking about? Who's they? Who's coming? What are you talking about? See, this is what I mean by fear-mongering. America will be no more. Well, if you're in America, you will be no more. If you believe that, sir, then you will be no more. That means that you're gonna die. Are you happy about that? Because if they're gonna round up single mothers, according to you, single women, whatever the case is, then they're gonna round up you. Matter of fact, they're gonna kill you. Are you okay with that? Since that's what you believe, I'm just giving you a little pushback to see where your mind is, you know? I'm only here for the, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh yeah, I hear you. When can I post my, boy, aren't you a Hebrew Israelite? I can only type so much at a time. World War III is already here. See, this is what I mean by the fear-mongering of these Israelites. The person is literally in my comments on the Raw channel talking about World War III is already here, that America will be no more. They're going to, I guess, gather up all the single women and the widows. This is what their person is saying. This is what I mean by doom and gloom. See, when you listen to people like that, people like that, right? They don't go nowhere in life. I can promise you. If you go take a look at the life of individuals that talk like that, normally there is no success in their life, nothing but failure. And they have a poverty mind. They are struggling. They don't want to do anything. They don't work. They don't want to work. They have more faith in doom and gloom than the Most High prospering them and living the abundant life. That's what I mean. I cannot follow that type of nonsense. I cannot live by that mess. It's poison. You know? It doesn't even make any sense at this point, man. Then you have trolls coming in there. Like, nobody's serious about this nonsense, man. This is what I mean. And a lot of times you get this from like the Hebrew Israelite guys. This is why they're always on terror lists. They're always on these government lists. This is why when you're a person who rep the Most High, you cannot really associate yourself with all these Hebrew Israelite groups and cults and all this other mess. Because if you claim that you're a follower of the Most High and you know that you're of the chosen people, they automatically lump you into the same nonsense. And people just assume you're just like them, you know, and you're not. I don't got time for all of that mess, you know? The same chosen person comes back and says, read Revelations. Why do you feel you need more than one female? Isn't that a sin? Fornication is what you are selling. Let me just put you on the block list. I don't have no more time for this mess, man. Like, you're crazy. Like, seriously, man. Do y'all see what I mean with religion? This is what religion does, man. The person's crazy. The person is literally like crazy. This is what religion does. Religion make you crazy, man. It messes up your mind. And they want to argue with you. They tell you, read this scripture. Fam, get a life. Get a life, get a wife, have some kids. Because religion is killing people, fam. Religion is a spirit. It's a demon, man. It's crazy, man. Listen, when I see crazy people like that, I just throw them on the block list, bro. I don't got no time for all that nonsense, man. Like, listen, I got my life to live. I'm going to do what I got to do. And I could care less how anybody else feel. I don't got time for all that other mess. Let's see. Somebody else is in my comments. So I just showed up and I'm confused. Well, you confused because you just showed up. Have you graduated high school? If you just walk into the class when the professor was teaching and you're 45 minutes late, you think that's going to help you pass the exam? If I'm giving a college course and I'm giving a lecture and you just walk in after we've been speaking for 3 hours and you just walk in, of course you're going to be confused because you weren't here in the beginning. So it would be in your best interest to start the video from the beginning and then go through. That way you're no longer confused. And it's rather rude too when you do that. See, this just goes to show what I mean, how people just don't know how to function in society. And it's really sad. You know, it really is sad. Well, working is a way of life, and using the resources we have is crucial. There's a difference between following God and being ignorant. Well, just for educational purposes, the word ignorant don't mean stupid. The word ignorant means uninformed, uninstructed, unaware. It says, yeah, I can agree. Religion makes people zealots and radicals. Just look at the Middle East and see, here we go. Here we go. This is what I mean, how these topics can turn from biblical stuff to what's going on in the Middle East. I don't care what's going on in the Middle East. What they do over there have nothing to do with me over here. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. Have nothing to do with the topic. Have nothing to do with the Bible. You understand? They're following their own religion, their own nonsense. It's crazy, man. Do you think we will ever shift to a resource-based economy? I mean, where did y'all get these questions, man? Like, seriously, why don't you just do that for yourself? See, this is what I mean with people. You're saying, do you think we? Why don't you do it? You're waiting for somebody else. This is what I mean, people. This is what religion does. This is what the Matrix does. You're waiting for someone else to do something. What are you talking about? A resource-based economy. Why don't you go do it and let's see how long it lasts? Last I checked, only gold and silver is the real money. Everything else is not money. That's the standard. And it always been since the beginning of time. Gold and silver, that's it. Right? What else we got? I'm telling you, man. How do I do it when money is the only currency to use to buy goods? You're the one asking the dumb questions. You're asking me when you're the one who asks the questions. If you know money is the only currency, why ask a stupid question of, do you think we will ever shift into a resource-based economy? Doesn't make any sense. What's the matter with these people, man? It's like they ask dumb questions and then expect me to answer the dumb question with a dumb answer. Like, none of that stuff makes any sense. What is your credit score? Is your life together? Have you overcome your sins? Have you reached your goals in life? Because a lot of times we worry about stuff that is dumb and it makes no sense, man. Makes no sense, man. Rez says we do have a resource-based economy and have had one for millennia. It's still controlled by money. Still controlled by money. You have to buy services. We trade. That's all it is. It's all money based. So it's like, it doesn't even make any sense. You need money for it to function. That's how you trade for goods and services. But at the end of the day, I'm focusing on avoiding the religion, the matrix of religion, and how fear of the crash of the economy, food shortages, all that type of stuff, how that plays on your mental, and it really messes up your life, you know? The message is, don't worry about nothing you have no control over. Right. You don't have no control over it. Like, for example, was it yesterday? Well, not yesterday. The day before yesterday out here in North Carolina, it was some interesting weather. I mean, it was lightning and thundering all day, like not all day, but at night. Those of you that are out here, you probably experienced that. I mean, it was lightning and thundering like crazy, man. And it had like a strong wind gust to the point where one of the neighbors' pools literally blew across the street. You know, it blew across the street to one of the other neighbors' parking lot area on their driveway and went right in front of the guy's truck. You know what I'm saying? It went right in front of his truck, and then it was pouring rain, and I guess the swimming pool filled up with water. And when the guy got up to go to work to take care of his business or whatever the case is, he had this big old pool in front of his truck. He didn't move it. He kind of just let it sit there and whatnot. I would have been pissed if I would have got up and saw that, you know, because I'm like, yo, who put this in front of my truck? You know, he just kind of just went around it. And I guess he waited for the other neighbor to move it, but it was hilarious, you know? Let me see. Somebody said carpool, anyone? I mean, it makes sense, carpool. Let go and let God, but you still gotta handle your business. Well, that's the point that I'm trying to make people understand, is that religion make us wait for God for everything. The Most High is not doing nothing, people. Y'all gotta listen, man. The Most High is doing nothing that is within your control. Y'all gotta listen to what I just said right there. Whatever is in your control, the Most High is not doing for you. The Most High only intervene when something is out of your control, out of your control, out of your natural control. That's the only time the Most High would get involved in our lives. And that's the cold truth nobody won't want to hear. They think he's going to do everything for you. He's not doing nothing you can do with your hands. All the work I got to do in this house, I got to do it. The Most High is not doing. I got to do it. The Most High is not doing none of the work. I got to do it. He will deal with what I can't deal with. For example, if I'm in the house and I'm doing what I'm doing, and for some odd reason, someone was driving their car and they had some alcohol and maybe they were going to crash into the house, the Most High would see that from a mile away, intervene, and prevent that from happening because it's out of my control and it would interfere with my purpose and my life. Therefore, he would protect me by making sure that car don't touch the house. That's out of my control. That's where he jumps in. But he's not going to come in here and decorate the house for me. He's not going to do that. Right? Have a religious person, they said scripture. I'm not going to waste my time with you because if you read the Bible, you would have the scripture already. You would know the scriptures. See, I know the scriptures already. You just don't. I know the scriptures already. For what I just said, you don't because you never read the book. By the pure fact you have to ask, you just don't know. Because once again, you're ignorant of the truth. Meaning you're uninformed, uninstructed, unaware. This is not a religious debate of scripture. That's common knowledge. The Most High is not doing a damn thing for you that's within your reach. For example, the Most High is not going to work for none of you. You got to get up in the morning and go to that 9 to 5, not the Most High. You the one that got to pay your rent. You got to do it. Most High is not going to work for you while you stay home. You know? That's just how it is. See how these religious people are, fam? Notice how demanding this person is, how entitled this person is. Just posted the scripture. I just corrected you point with scripture. Do you see the religion, people? Do you see what the matrix of religion does? This is what religion does to people, fam. Let me ask you a question. How many of you guys been to heaven? How many of you religious folks been to heaven? How many of y'all been there? You never been there, right? But you believe that's where you're going. What's the guarantee? What is the guarantee that you're actually going? What if I told you that if you were to die today, all the stuff you ever believed never existed? Like you just wasted your fucking time because religion is a joke. How would you feel to know that your entire life you had a belief system and it wasn't true? This is what I mean. This is why you have to have common sense and you have to look at things with the natural eye and just make sense of everything. Certain things just doesn't make sense. And people, again, they focus so much on religion that they're no earthly good. It's like they're just religious. They just have a religious spirit and they're unable to grow and develop because everything is just religion, you know? And person says heaven is on earth. This is what religion does to you, fam. It turned you into a mental case. Seriously. Religion, he said, heaven is on earth. Well, the biblical Israelites were enslaved in captivity for 400 years. I guess that was heaven, right? That was on earth. Now the person says heaven is a condition. Wow. This is what religion does to you, man. Let's see what they're saying on the Ringo TV Raw channel. See what the comments are like. Preachers talk doom and gloom to keep you in a state of fear. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They do that all the time. Here's some simple advice, people. Chill out, invest. What you do have into things that make profit, and work with the set of skills you have to make a better life. Simply put, what the person is saying is, I guess, have a calm spirit. Invest in things that will profit you. Use your skills and, things that you have in place, your knowledge, your wisdom, to produce a better life for yourself. Well, that's what I tell people all the time, but they don't listen. They're waiting for Jesus to give them that, Also, prioritize what you need over what you want. Do you need a PlayStation? Probably not. So save and get some passive income. Well, why would you say probably not? Maybe that PlayStation is what they need. See, that's wrong what you said right there. Because you're not everybody. You don't speak for everybody when it comes to what they need. See, a lot of times we try to minimize or disrespect people for their hobbies. What if somebody's PlayStation is very important to them? That keeps their mind clear. That keeps them off the streets, keeps them from picking up a gun. It relaxes them. So to say probably not, that's wrong, because that may be what someone's into. Because you might have something that you're investing your money into that we might look at and say, you're wasting your money. You know, I like to dress fly. I like to look nice on camera. I like to present myself. Somebody might say, you're wasting money on buying Ralph Lauren. They could say whatever they want. That doesn't really faze me. You see? So really, it's all about what you like. And for all you know, you just said to invest your money or invest your time in what you do. Somebody could be playing video games on social media, making a bag. That could be their bread and butter. There's a lot of YouTubers that are gamers and they make millions of dollars just gaming online, playing PlayStation. So you don't want to say something against people that are gamers as if though it's not important. It's very important to some people. That's their livelihood. That's their hobby. It keeps them out of trouble. And that's that, you know? Dip says religion isn't very complicated. People are scared to die and always have been. Psychology. People have always looked for forces, I guess, greater than themselves. At least that's what I observed in my life. Well, being afraid to die, scared to die. Anybody that's scared to die they have no hope. If you're scared to die, you're a person who have no hope. And that's a bad place to be, you know? And if you're looking for something greater than yourself, a force greater than yourself, then it's really not the Most High that you're looking for, because you're not really in this truth. You're just kind of a spiritual person looking for anything. And most likely you're going to end up in a mess, you know? This way, Dip say, yeah, that's true. But once you come to terms with death, life becomes a bit boring in my experience. First of all, I don't even know why everybody thinking about death. You're going to die anyway. So if you know you're going to die, you should be focusing on living and let death worry about itself when you die. See, I never died before. So worrying about death and worrying about dying is a waste of time, because nobody can really educate you in this life about death if they never died. So the only time you're going to really learn about death is when you die. So why worry about it now? You're supposed to be concerned with living. That should be your objective. Not worrying about or being afraid of something that you have not experienced. For all you know, death is not as bad as you think it is. You think when you die, everything ends and you're judged. How do you know that? Death could be a gateway. Death could be a transition into one world into another. Nobody really knows. You could read what the Bible says, but you never experienced it. So you really don't know. And all of these people who make videos talking about they died and came back from the dead, they're all liars. They do that for the views. Nobody can say that, oh yeah, I died and I came back and I'm just here to warn the people, because even the Bible speaks against that. Even the Bible taught us about the rich man and the poor man, and how the rich man went to hell, and in hell he lifted up his eyes and he basically wanted whatchamacallit, did he cry out to Abraham, Father Abraham? He was like, because the poor man was in Abraham's bosom, and he basically cried out and was like, could you, and this is in the scriptures, he literally was telling Abraham, is it be possible, could you warn my brothers about this place of torment? And he told him, they have Moses, they have the prophets, they have this. In other words, if they don't listen to them, ain't nothing gonna work. Meaning, even if we send somebody back from the dead, it doesn't mean that you're gonna pretty much, I know I'm not seeing a damn spider, fam. Are you seeing this mess, bro? Where's my spatula, bro? Give me 1 minute. I gotta kill a spider. This is crazy, bro. On live, bro. I got him.
What you talking about, Willis?
And that's a small spider. They got big spiders out here, bro. Big spiders. I saw a spider the other day, bro, and I was like, nah, fam. They had this spider that was like, let me see if I can find something. Let me see. I'm not sure if this can. I'm not sure if this, I ain't gonna work. But if you just look at how this looked, I saw a spider that was big, a monster spider. I don't even know what the hell it is. I just pretty much just let it go its way. Spider was outside while I was mowing the lawn. Kid you not. I have frogs, geckos. The other day, a gecko tried to come inside of the house, bro. I'm not accustomed to this type of stuff, man. And I had got word from one of the mods. She was like, be careful when you open your door because sometimes you might have a snake. So now when I open the door, I got to kind of look around. But Ringo, isn't that fair? No, that's not fair. You know? You think that's something? They got coyotes. You know what I mean? Got some coyotes, probably got, you got coyotes, you got deers, you got foxes, bears, some weird stuff. You go up there in, what is it, Durham area? I'm not sure if that's the area, but they got a bunch of rabbits running around in the streets. I'm like, rabbits? Deers, like you could be driving down the street, bro. A deer would run right in front, like, whoa! Crazy stuff, man. You got to be very careful, you know? Yeah, but the other day, I think it was a wolf or a coyote. It was in the middle of the street with its tongue hanging out. We driving, We went down the street, we saw it right there, and it was just looking right at us. And I'm like, who dog is that? Wasn't no damn dog. That was a wolf, man. I think it was a wolf. People were saying it's a coyote. You know what I mean? That's what they said. Yeah, so we're worried, man, before the spider came in. We're worried. Rabbits, deer, raccoons, coyotes, yeah. Somebody said hello from Russia. Salute to the person from Russia. Let me see. Hey, if people can make money playing video games, more power to them. Just makes no sense to spend when someone's in the bottom tax bracket. But see, that's the thing that I'm trying to show you is like, how can you judge a person in whom you think is like in a lower tax bracket as if though having a video game system is the worst thing they can purchase for themselves? If that can bring them peace and keep their mind clear, then so be it. How many things you got that you bought and buy and have and own that most of us may consider you just splurging money? You have one life. Enjoy it. That's my point. I'm trying to get people to live their life. Live their life and stop waiting for some special day to live. You get what I mean? So if playing video games allow me to live my life, then hey, so be it. I'm gonna get my video games. But just because a person may not be financially where they want to be doesn't mean, oh, don't buy a video game system. That could be their piece, their hobby. For you, it might be Netflix. You know, having that subscription from Netflix. Shoot, I was supposed to cancel my Netflix subscription when I was in New York. I still didn't cancel it. They still billing me right now. You know, but from time to time, watching Netflix get me through, you know. Every now and then I'm able to catch a series. Like I said, I'm watching a series right now called 100, and I ain't finished watch it yet. You know, fam, I got a brand new PS5 and I still didn't use it yet. Y'all remember when I showed y'all the PS5 and I said, I'm gonna start the gaming channel, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I haven't even turned it on yet, bro. And I have the PS5 with all types of games and everything, and I still ain't get to play it because I'm busy. I mean, I'm gonna play it here. I'm gonna buy me one of those, whatchamacall that thing? The racing car setup where you get the thing with the seat, the whole setup for the race car setup, driving simulation and stuff like that. I'm gonna get me one of those things. I always wanted that. I got the space to get it now. So I'm gonna definitely get that. Ringo, looking very handsome, Ringo, in that Ralph Lauren fit 100. Appreciate that. Thank you. What's this name? Is it? I'm gonna butcher the name. I don't even want to pronounce the name because I know I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm always mispronouncing people's names. Let me see what else. Did I miss anybody comment? The statement about the PlayStation was aimed towards people that are starving and aren't making ends meet. Well, if they aren't making ends meet, they won't be able to buy a PlayStation. Like, logically speaking, if you're starving, how could you afford to buy a PlayStation? You know? And even if you are starving, why you can't have a PlayStation? There's nothing wrong with that. We gotta see, That's like a scarcity mindset. Like, oh, if I buy this, I'm going to be broke. Fam, you got one life, man. One life. Live your life. Live and enjoy your life. A lot of people are just existing and people are not living. They're just existing. You got to live. Live your life to the fullest right now. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get up on out of here. I gotta get me something to eat, you know. I got some chicken there. I'm gonna throw it in the oven. Some barbecue chicken breast. Throw that in the oven real fast. Like I said, I'm gonna do the I'm gonna warm me up some chicken, you know, get some food, and then I'm gonna come back with another stream. I'm gonna talk about the situation with the woman talking about her landlord. I gotta talk about that one, man. There's just so many different videos I gotta cover. It's just that there's a lot of stuff going on here, man. A lot of things that I gotta work on. And the Most High is not gonna do it for me. I gotta do it. I gotta do it, you know? So it is what it is, man. I also gotta look up another internet provider because I'm gonna have 2 services in this house, 2. One that's specifically for my work and another one for the house. Because when you have this particular service, it's not good. I could tell when service is good from the internet because in New York, I had Verizon Fios and I had their advanced service. And I never had issues with any glitching or nothing, no lagging, nothing. Just smooth quality content. Exactly. Some people say they seen God before. Yeah, people always saying that. They lying. Because even the scripture says, no man have seen God and live. So how are all these people seeing God? You know, it's not happening. I mean, even when it came down with Moses, you know, he was able to see his behind parts based on what scripture says, meaning the aftermath or the residue of where the Most High walked past. Nobody ain't see him. Even though when the scriptures talk about, oh, spoke to God face to face. No, you got to read and understand. No man could look at the Most High and live. You're looking at life itself. You'll fry your sinful nature in front of the Heavenly Father. Fam, you will be destroyed. And if people claim they saw something, they saw demons, man. You know? Because even the scripture says that be careful how you entertain strangers, for some have entertained angels unaware. And it talks about how these spirits transform into angels of light to make themselves look like they're godly when they're not. You know? Have anybody ever had a bird fly in their house? Put a 1 in the chat if that ever happened to you. I mean, it never happened to me, but that would be crazy, man. That would be crazy, bro. Like, what do you do? How do you get that bird out, bro? Like, seriously. A bird come in your house, like, what do you do? The thing flying. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. When I was in New York, a squirrel got into my window, bro. You know? Because they were doing some scaffolding work. And you know when they do that scaffolding work, the squirrels climb up. Fam, it's one thing when you see a squirrel outside, you know, doing its thing. But when you have a squirrel come inside your apartment, bro, it's like the squirrel is like 5 times bigger. That thing was jumping all over the place, destroying the whole place, bro. I'd open the door, thing ran downstairs, fam. Finally got out. You know? Oh, boy, man. Homeless people could be an angel too, but why homeless people? No. That's your belief, because I know what you're trying to say, but what I'm trying to show you is that that's not what it's going to be. That's too obvious, because it's almost like, well, if a person is homeless, you got to be on your best behavior and make sure you're giving to the poor because it could be an angel sent from the Most High to test you. No, that's too obvious. The angel could be the bus driver who's driving the bus. And you walked into the bus and sat down, and pretty much you was the only one on the bus except two other people in the back of the bus. And it was meant for you to have some sort of conversation. That could be the angel. It's not always some homeless person. The angel could be the person that's in the elevator. The angel could be that new employee on the job, and you were in the back room getting ready to steal something, and the person was there, and they told you, no, don't do it. So it's not always some homeless person. We like to use that only when it could be something else. And here's another thing. You don't know if that scripture has a double meaning, because it can also mean something negative. Be careful how you entertain strangers, for some have entertained angels unaware. Well, what kind of angels? It could be fallen angels too. You could be entertaining a stranger and it's a fallen angel, a demon, a devil, a wicked angel. So it's twofold. It's not just one-sided where it's like, oh, it's something heavenly. It could be something evil, meaning be careful. Because here's the thing. If the Bible says be careful how you entertain strangers, for some have entertained angels unaware, why would I have to be careful if it's a good thing? If it's something good, if the angel is good, why I got to be careful? Because it's a warning that whatever angel that is, it's not from the Most High. It's not from the Most High. That's why you got to be careful. Because you could be talking to a human being and think you're talking to a human being, and you're talking to Agent Smith. And many of you have spoken to Agent Smith over the years. Many of you spoken to Agent Smith. And you got yourself in a problem because you entertain a stranger and you didn't recognize that that person wasn't from God. You know? Yeah, well, your discernment have to be, present. But a lot of people don't use discernment. They're quick to believe every spirit, even though the Bible tells you to test every spirit. The Bible says to test a spirit to see whether they are of God. That's more proof that when it says about be careful how you entertain strangers, for some have entertained angels unaware, that goes back to that. It says test all spirits to see whether they be of God. Why? Because everybody's not from the Most High. You'll have people that will come to you and be like, shalom, shalom. Hello, brother. Hello, sister. How you doing? And they could be from the devil. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to go get something to eat. Like I said, I'll be back. Where my phone at? I don't know where I put my phone. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Let me see. Shout out to Forever Studios and DeMarco for the support. All right, y'all. So we're going to get up on out of here. I'm going to be back on later. I'm going to go grab something to eat and then come back on with more content. And then I got a couple of things I got to do, man. Like I'm trying to finish up downstairs before I start upstairs fully with like the studio upstairs, because this is the studio downstairs, that area, right? That complete area there. That's the stage of where I'm going to be doing content. Like main content, I'm going to be there. And then you have the upstairs studio, which is going to be like the music production studio. And similar to how it was at the old place, right? But it's a larger room. So I got more space to work with. So I got so much work to do, man. It's a lot of work to do, but I'm trying to, you know how when you're already busy, you're doing all the things, but you're trying to get your mind prepared to just get up that one morning and just go crazy doing what you got to do. Like early in the morning, boom, 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 and just start knocking out different things you got to do. So it's like, that's where I'm at right now, because there's a lot of things. There's several different things I do all at once, because it's like, there's so many different responsibilities that I have to maintain. It's like, you got to do trash detail. You got to do lawn detail. You got to, go food shopping. You got to do this. Man, it's just a lot of different things, man. Then I got orders that are coming in. I got to wait for the orders to show up. I ordered a couple of more items, some wall art, some more seating, bedroom furniture, stuff like that. So it's like everything is getting situated little by little by little. So that's a good thing. Very, very good thing. You know, like how when you became one with your house, you know that feeling? How many of you, with a show of a one, when you first moved in your house, even though you moved in, you didn't feel one with your house until after a few weeks, it's like you settled in. You understand what I mean? Where like you settled in, where now you walk through the house and it's like, okay, I'm in my house. I believe I'm there now. Like when I first got there, I wasn't feeling like, because it was like a culture shock. When you come from New York down here, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. Like you really have to adjust. But it's good for me because I want peace and quiet, Even when I come down to like the home improvement stores and I'm telling the ladies in there, I'm like, yeah, I'm from New York, such and such and such. She's like, oh, you from New York? With the country accent, of course, you know how that go. And she was like, well, down here it's boring. I was like, well, then I like boring. Because it's not really that it's boring. It's just that it's quiet and there aren't a lot of activities that are sinful related or sin related. That's what they really mean. When they say boring, what they're saying is you have less opportunities to sin, because it's almost like you got to go out. You have to drive out to go find something to do. I actually like that because that means I'll have some peace and quiet. You know? So that's about it, man. I still got to get a carpet for this dining table. I don't want the carpet to be black. I was going to get black, but I don't want black. I might get the same carpet that is there because I really wouldn't want two separate types of carpeting. It'll probably look crazy. So I might get the same carpet and throw it there. It all depends, But I think I'm good. The chairs, like a love seat or whatever the case is, going to go right over there in that corner. All those empty walls is going to have artwork on it. So we're talking about, where are we at? Over here. All of this area here is going to be some wall art. Going to have a love seat over here. Over here on that side, going to be some more wall art. Got to get a carpet for here. I got to get some accents for the dining table. I didn't even turn on the TV yet. I just put it on the wall. But I got to get a few more accents for over here. I probably might put some more wall art on this side, but then again, less is more. So I might just leave it alone with the clock. You can't see it, but when we have the place on camera, when I do content, it's gonna look very nice. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna really, really like it. Like I really did my thing with the setup. I can't wait to see how it's gonna look on camera. It's gonna look very, very nice, very cozy. And, it's going to be some new type of content being done. That's basically what I'm trying to do, is invest in the content by creating an environment that is visually pleasing for the viewer, that it will stand out from the crowd. Because, everybody's doing content. It's very, very competitive on social media. And one thing a lot of content creators don't invest in is their surrounding. They just don't do it. They just talk all day, but their production setup is garbage. Like, it just doesn't look good. Like you have a lot of content creators that are millionaires, and it's like they just gather money, and their studios look like trash. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them. And you're probably like, damn, you're making all this money and your background look like you're in a dumpster. I don't know. Maybe y'all like that type of stuff. I don't like that type of stuff. I like things looking nice, You said stick to the black or dark gray. I was looking at dark gray. I think you might be right about that dark gray now. I think you might be right. Kind of looking at it, because if I put the same carpet that's here, it's going to destroy the look. Based on my decorative talents, if I was to put the same carpet here, it's going to throw off the whole thing, and it's not going to have no contrast, because I'm very good with colors. I know how to blend. And like I said, when we have everything set up and you see it on camera is when you're going to really, really see it. I might upgrade the chairs. I might upgrade them, because the one that I bought for over here is like, it's white leather. And when I saw the one-seater chairs, I'm not sure what you call that, an ascent chair. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, I know the name of it. I like their chairs. The white ones, they look really nice. So I might upgrade them, but I'll work with what I got for right now. You know, I'll work with what I got right now. I don't want to go crazy, you know, but yeah. So, hey, I'm going to go get something to eat. Yeah, some chicken. I'm going to go get some chicken. Yeah, the gray. I think I'm going to look at that. The gray. You said dark gray. I'm looking at it. Yeah. It's silent. It's good. It's not all out there. It's not black because the table is already black. So if you had a black carpet, it's going to be just too dark. You're not going to be able to see the legs of the chairs. You're not going to see nothing. The design, the style. So a dark gray would look good. I'm going to look it up. Yeah, so I'm going to get something to eat, man. Come back with more. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe, like the channel. Once I get settled in, fam, I'm going to be doing content all day like I'm crazy. A lot of y'all going to be like, dag, bro, you did 20 videos, man. I can't even keep up. Like, damn. I'll try to make it around probably 10 videos, probably a day. But that's pretty much what I'm looking at doing. About 10 videos every day. Getting topics, putting out the content. But I got to settle in first. That's the thing that is what's holding me back, is because I'm still building up everything. I'm still getting the place sorted, still getting the studios going. And it's a lot of work. It's really a mental strain because you have to get your mind cleared in order for you to focus on building. Or else things are going to take longer. You don't need no distractions. So like, if I got to run errands in one day, if I got to wait for furniture to arrive, if I got to go pick something up, then it throws me off. Because the way I work is I want to be up like 5:30 in the morning. Then I just start working. Boom, 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 boom. Get everything situated. And then just like if you're at a 9 to 5, in other words, you get up at 5 in the morning, you start working on the studio and you stick with it all the way to about lunchtime, eat your lunch, get back to work. But see, when the process of doing that, I still got to produce content. You see where that comes in? So it's like, you got to know how to balance it all out. Let me see. Somebody said, thank you, Ringo, for answering my question. How about Christ's return? He is coming back because you said to live your life. Listen, I'm not sitting around getting up in the morning looking for Christ to return. I'm not thinking about none of that. The scriptures already said what it said. That's all that it is. He's coming as a thief in the night. Nobody know the day nor the hour. It's already written. So if you already know that he's coming back, go live your life. Because if you're sitting around thinking about, is he coming today? Is he coming tomorrow? You're never living your life. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be a miserable person. I don't got time for that. I already know that, you know, he's coming back. You know? Yo, man, I'm pissed. I know I said I wasn't buying no more gear or anything, man, but they had these Ralph Lauren shorts and I had it in my cart ready to check out. And I went to run some errands, came back to the cart, it said sold out. I was mad, man. I was very upset. It was actually a navy blue to these shorts here. A navy blue. Nice. And it sold out, man. Ringo, that's a waste of money. You're wasting this. You're wasting that. Fam, in my line of business, right? I do content creation, right? I'm on camera, right? This is a business. This is called wardrobe. That's what this is. Wardrobe. In the area where I live, fam, wearing fancy clothes, fancy gear, waste of time. I'm being 100%. I'm looking at how people move out here. I don't see nobody with J's on, and I don't see nobody with none of that stuff, fam. Now, if you probably go like to a mall in Charlotte or whatever the case is, you drive out there. I know they have a mall out there, the Macy's or whatever the case is. You go over there, then yeah, you know, you might want to put on some fly gear or whatever. But out here, a lot of these people out here, they just wear flip-flops, slides. You know what I mean? They come outside anyhow. Nobody really cares, man. You know? But for me, this is wardrobe. You know? It's just like how when you watch, what's this guy, Cam Newton? When Cam Newton do his show and he come on camera, you know, some people say he dressed weird or whatever the case is, but in his opinion, he dressed fly. That's his style. That's business. That's a part of his wardrobe. That's what he do. You know? And to be honest, he was dressing like that even while he was in the game, when he was you know, doing his thing. Let me see. Yeah, so it is what it is, man. I'm hungry right now, man. Hopefully no more spiders come in. Man, let me see. What I was gonna do. Yeah, when it comes to that barbecuing stuff, I had tried that thing. I think I did it wrong. When you light your grill without the lighter fluid and you use those little things, those wooden things to light, and you use the chimney thing, the charcoal chimney, whatever the hell that thing is called. I probably did it wrong at first, because when I did it initially, the fire came up, but it didn't last. I had to go and take the food off the grill and redo it again. And this time when I did it, I made a real flame. Like it was like a roaring inferno. So I think I got it now. I think I know how to use it now. But yeah, it's actually better. It's actually better than using the flame fluid, because you don't want your food tasting like flame fluid, man. I mean, the lighter fluid does it, but if you put too much of that, your food is going to taste like that mess. It's true. Because I always use lighter fluid, you know, but I wanted to try something different because people in the comments were suggesting, they was like, don't do it like that, you know? So I said, let me go get the chimney thing. And it's actually better when you do it that way. But there's a way to start the fire. You got to start the fire properly, right? With the charcoal, then you pour that in. And then what I do is I take extra charcoal and pour on top of that. So it could pretty much, you know, light the whole thing together, you know? Because if you have a little bit of charcoal, the food is going to take forever to cook, you know? Use match light. I have a, whatever those things is called. What the hell is that thing called, man? I don't even know what it's called. Got this thing here, right? Weber, whatever that is, right? You got that. Put that up there. And this thing here, right? This thing here. And then, you use this and you pretty much light that underneath. But the way I did it at first is I put one of these under it. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to put about 3 of them to really get the fire blazing. And then you're good to go. Once you do that, you let that thing cook till it turns like whitish. Then you pour that in the grill. Once you pour that in the grill, you can add in extra charcoal, but it's gonna pretty much do its job. Now with the lighter fluid, a lot of times it keep it lit longer. The lighter fluid keep it lit longer and it gets hotter quicker. So I don't know, man. It's like, you could still use lighter fluid, but in my opinion, don't overdo it. Some people drench the charcoal with lighter fluid, like just drench it. You don't want to do that, So we're gonna get up on out of here, y'all. I'm hungry, really bad. All right. So let me see. I don't know what's going on at the Ringo TV Raw, man. Weirdos and trolls just keep coming on over there. It's pros and cons to use lighter fluid. Yeah, I mean, you could use both, man. I ain't saying you can't use it, because I tried both. To me, my honest opinion, when you use lighter fluid, to me, it performs better with the charcoal. Your grill is gonna be up and running, cooking fast. But you gotta know how to use it so that your food don't taste like lighter fluid. Now, one particular YouTube video I seen, they recommend taking some charcoal, form like a pyramid, and drench that down with lighter fluid, right? Drench that down with lighter fluid, and then light that so it can cook, boom, 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 spread that out, and then you pour more charcoal on top of that, and then you just leave it alone. If you do that, your grill is gonna be very hot, and you're gonna be able to cook right away, and the heat is gonna be intense. When you do it the other way, you might find yourself struggling. You might find your food is not cooking fast enough. At least that's what my experience. It's like after I did all the cooking, then it's like the grill just got really hot and started wilding out. But by then I was already done already. But to me, it didn't cook the food the way I liked it to be cooked. I prefer the lighter fluid, to be honest. So the next time I go grilling, I might just use the lighter fluid and done. Just do it the way I always do it, man. The way I look at it like this is, when you grilling, stick with the way you do it. You know what I mean? Don't do what other people do. Some people use propane tanks. Some people use this. Some people use that. Use what you use. Whatever makes your grilling experience the way you like it, do it your way. Because when I tried something different, it kind of really messed me up. It threw me off. It's like I was looking kind of weird because I'm using this thing and I'm like, this ain't working for me, man. I need to go back to the old way. Yeah, I know. I said I was getting something to eat, right? I said I was getting something to eat. I still ain't getting none of these. Probably an hour, right? Who's that? Serena said, go get something to eat, man. All right, I'm gonna go get something to eat for y'all. So let me get on out of here. Right? This time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign out, not one channel, I'm just going to end both streams at the same time. Peace and blessings to everybody on the Ringo TV Raw channel, Ringo TV Reactions channel. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube. We out of here, man. Ringo TV Reactions, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, Ringo TV Raw. You already done know what it is. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. So peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I gotta get something to eat. So salute to everybody on the Ringo TV Raw channel. I'm pretty much ending that over there. So boom, boom, boom. We out over here. Now we're gonna end it over here on the Reactions channel. Shout out to everybody out there on the 9-to-5 grind, graveyard shift, all the truckers, everybody making moves, doing what you gotta do to survive. Appreciate all of your support. Without you, we won't be able to do this. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.